Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for the big one. It is Sunderland versus Newcastle United at the Stadium of Light, and we cannot bloody wait. The excitement is building massively. It's going to be a huge, huge day. I'm sick of seeing Jude Bellingham outside the Stadium of Light. Get lost back to Madrid, will you? Honestly, it's just ridiculous. Thank you, Edward Gaunt, for your super chat straight off the bat. Big support for TTR as always. And thanks for the commentaries. We must not lose Burn and Alma on again. We just have to trust the kids more. We're going to come on to that in just a second. We've got a couple of relax, reflect. Thank you for your super chat. Can't wait for this watch along. How are the lads? Samsonite Dove says, I'll give the membership for each goal we score today. Get in. Thank you very much, Samsonite. But as usual, it is subscriber only for the watch along today, guys. So if you are not subscribed, you won't be able to take part in the chat. But we are obviously wanting brand new subscribers every time we go live. So if you do enjoy it, you like what you see, click the bottom right-hand corner, click the logo, click subscribe, and come and be part of this incredible community right here on the Toon Review. And of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any future videos. You can become a member of the Toon Review if you do so wish by hitting the join button just underneath the three of us. And you can, of course, donate to the channel like so a couple of you have already by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments, which will take you through and you will guaranteed to get your comment read out. And also, don't forget, we need your thumbs up, guys. We need those like buttons smashed this afternoon for as many as we can. Right, let's get straight into it and look at the lineups for today's game. This is how we line up. We go with, I'm just going to make my screen a little bit bigger because I'm blind. Dubravka in goal. It's Kieran Trippier at right back. It's Dan Burn at left back. Shea and Botman in the middle. A midfield trio of Bruno, Longstaff and Joe Linton with a front three of Almiron, Gordon and Isak. On the bench today, we have Karius, Dummett, Lascelles, Ritchie. Who's that? Oh, Kraft, Hall, Livramento, Parkinson, and Miley. Guys, I mean, Alex, what do you make of that? You're on mute, mate.
Yeah, predictable, but should be more than strong enough. Obviously, the controversy pre-game was Burn. Maybe a little bit surrounding Longstaff. It was more about Burn playing. Is Trippier going to play? Is he not? It looks like he's tried to go for his tried and trusted and the strongest that he thinks is delivered for him, which is fair. You can't knock him for it.
I can.
Hope it works.
I can knock him for it. I think it's disgraceful putting Livramento on the bench. I just don't understand it. Billy?
Playing too well to be dropped, really, hasn't he, Livramento?
Yeah, he's just gone to it's a big game. It's a big local derby, and I think he's gone for local heads for local derbies, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, I agree with both of you. I don't think Burn should be playing, but, you know, if there's anyone going to be 100% up for this and gritting his teeth to get as a result, it'll be Dan Burn. So, yeah, tried and trusted, as Alex says, and not unexpected for me.
It was interesting watching the players coming off the bus into the stadium. I think Fabian Schär walked in first, and Dan Burn was getting pelters, and he was just laughing at the Sunderland fans. It was quite funny, really. But I have to say I'm disappointed with Burn starting. I don't think Livramento has done anything to deserve to be dropped. I think it sends the wrong message to Tino Livramento. However, that is the side, and that is the side that we will be supporting this afternoon. So it doesn't matter who steps on the pitch, of course, for Newcastle United. We are right behind them 125%. No doubt about it. For Sunderland, this is how they line up. They go with Patterson, Hume, O'Nien, Elise, Neil, Ekwa, Pritchard, Joby Bellingham, Clark, and Rusan. Alex, pretty much as we expected.
Yeah, I think this was the predicted lineup, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it's the front men that we've got to be concerned about. Ideally, Pritchard, Job, Clark, and Rusin up front. Rusin's still a little bit of an unknown quantity. It's obviously Job and Clark are the two kind of main danger men. Pritchard, they're banging on about him on ITV being experienced and also an issue. But yeah, we've got to be careful with all of them, especially the shape they play. Where their strongest area of the pitch is where we keep getting exposed in that sort of defensive midfield role in front of the back four. So we've got to make sure we're switched on. And O'Neill as well, obviously, is their captain, but he's tiny. So let's go and pack the box.
Billy, any thoughts on that Sunderland lineup? Anyone you're worried about?
No, there'll be lots of muck and tears when Isaac starts getting only in. So,
yeah. Well, we have to hope that's the case. Get stuck into the early doors and have a right good goal. Gary Harrer, thank you for your super chat. No comment, but thank you. Chris Butcher, thank you for yours. Come on, Paul, talk to me about no Tino and Burning. Well, I've already said it. I'm not going to rabbit on about it. I'm disappointed Livermento's not starting. I think he should be. I think a lot of fans think he should be. However, Dan Burn is starting, and we have to go with what Eddie's chosen. It's as simple as that. We're not going to then turn around and get upset about it. It is what it is. That is the starting lineup against Sunderland. Look, that starting lineup should beat Sunderland and should beat Sunderland comfortably. So if we don't, questions will be asked, obviously. But I'm not, it is what it is. Nick Thornton, thank you for your super chat. Let's go and smash the unwashed. And Toon and Brown, thank you for your super chat. What does Miggy deserve to return to the starting 11? Alex?
There's not really anybody you can play instead of him on that side. Because
Livermento.
Livermento's a fullback. Firstly, he's a fullback. He's played right wing once, and we know he's done experiments with sort of Jamal Lewis as a left winger in pre-season. He's played Livermento as a right winger once. It's not something I think Eddie Howe wants to make a habit of, nor I think anybody should really make a habit of. That sends out the wrong kind of message if you're playing a fullback as a right winger when you're trying to attack, and there's nobody else. There's not really anybody else. You don't want to be playing that kind of experiment in a derby, because if it goes wrong, you're going to get absolutely crucified as a manager. So he's got to play what he's got available. Wilson's not there. If Wilson was available, he might have been able to do something moving Gordon to the right like he's done recently. That's not an option for him today. It's Miggy or bust, and I can't really blame him for it because there's no one else unless he plays an academy player. So
yeah. Just got a super chat in from Damien Geordie. Thank you, Damien. I think Eddie is using the local lads to get a boost playing in the derby. Hence, Burn is playing, and Crypto Rambo, who of course joined us on the show last night on Face the Lads. Good morning, Paul, Billy, and Alex. It's 4:20 in the morning here in LA, and I can't wait. I saw the fans being picked up by the buses and the police escort. Wow, I wish I was there. How are the lads? Love you guys. We love you too, matey. Thank you very much for that. Billy, I mean, did you get much sleep last night? Has it brought back old memories of all the derbies of past?
Not really, no. I was up and down every couple of hours, dreaming about it and thinking about it and not being able to get back to sleep again. I've had a shave this morning just to get rid of these defeats off our backs. I think that's down to me not having a shave.
Wow.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Or everything I've done possible, I've done. So we're ready now. Let's go and have one.
And what about you, Alex? I mean, when you got up this morning, was that the first thing you thought about? It's derby day. This is it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm obviously not in the northeast right now, I'm in the Midlands. It was still, taking a dog walk, quiet atmosphere. It was more on my mind than I was expecting it to be. I can't lie. It's obviously there've been huge games that are bigger than this in my head, sort of in the Champions League and stuff. Because that's beyond what Sunderland is to me. However, I was a little bit more nervous than I expected to be this morning, sort of wandering around the village with the dog. I was just thinking, oh God. Yeah. So we've definitely got to win this game. We really have.
Absolutely. Over 1,000 watching already. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let's see what we can finish on today on the stream as we head towards 27,000 subscribers. As usual, please do not put any spoilers in during the game. Listen to our commentary. What we do say is, if you want to listen to us, turn the commentary off the telly, listen to us and watch the game with us. It's play-by-play commentary as usual, but please no spoilers or you will get removed from the mods, and we don't want to do that. So wait till we've commentated on it and then talk about it in the chat, please. It's just a respect to everybody else who isn't actually watching the game and can't watch the game and is listening to the commentary right here on the Toon Review. So please just respect that. Thank you very much for that as well. I've seen pictures of Ryan Taylor this morning, Billy, in with the Newcastle fans as well.
Yeah, legend, isn't he? From the over-the-wall game back in 2011. A fantastic man at free kicks, wasn't he? And lot to score against us when he didn't play for us. But once he did play for us, he started scoring against the Malcolms, which made up for that. Yeah, good player, Ryan Taylor. Very underrated player. Yeah,
absolutely. Charles Boseman, thank you for your super chat. There's no comment there, but thank you very much. We've got another one from John Adams. Thank you, John. Greetings from New Zealand. It's 1:30 a.m. here. How are the lads? I mean, it's dedication getting up so early to watch, but it's dedication for what is hopefully going to be an absolutely incredible game of football for all the right reasons, and that's what we need it to be. I mean, Alex, I saw this morning, the buses all heading into Sunderland, and the Sunderland fans had obviously, some of them had lined up along the road there to try and give us grief. But there was one Sunderland fan pretending he was filming when he was actually FaceTiming what looked like his mother.
Yeah, it's been a strange morning. It's a very different setup to what it used to be. 120 buses escorted from St James's Park all the way to the Stadium of Light. Almost like there were pictures of it, and it was just like a convoy. It was rather strange. And obviously all the Mackems waiting for him to arrive. But we gave him the banter back. There with the chance of "You're only fool for Beyonce," which was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
True as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been interesting. I would like the ITV coverage and maybe some of the journalists to maybe focus on us a little bit. I appreciate that it's at their home ground, so you have to a point got to give them a bit more. That's fair.
Alex, I don't think it mattered what media was going to be on. They'd be the same for.
But we've had in-depth videos about Job and the Stadium of Light and the history. What about Sean Longstaff being involved in a derby in his peak, sort of as a 26-year-old? Dan Byrne as well, first derby. Freddie Howe. There were little videos and graphics they could have done about us. It's I hope they do mix it up. Otherwise, that'd be very, very biased and unnecessary.
Yeah. Keith Truscott, thank you for your super chat. He says, "I'm concerned with the lineup, but in Eddie we trust." I don't think the lineup particularly bothers me. I mean, I've just seen Newcastle going off the pitch after the warm-up. And now we're getting a quick interview. I've just seen Sean Longstaff run off the pitch, and now we're seeing him interviewed. I mean, that was bloody quick.
You see, he's got his fitness back, he's got his speed back. It's great. This is, isn't it? How quick he got there. Fantastic.
I mean, God, he flew there to the interview, didn't he? I mean, blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. Let's get some of your comments in. Even though he's retired, still can't stand Cattermole. I don't think anybody can. Connor, thank you for your super chat. He says, "I'm an Irish fan. Strawberry best Guinness in Newcastle." Oh, Guinness. Oh. David says, "I think Eddie is keeping Miley and Livermento in case we go behind and has something to fall back on. Although with this game, I would have put my best foot forward and tried to put it to bed." What do you make of that, Billy?
I disagree. I think he's gone for the physical side, but it's not just physical play. Sean Longstaff isn't just a physical player. He can get goals as well. He gets in the box, so he'll be dying for a goal today, won't he? Absolutely will be.
I mean, Alex, the one thing we've got to be, as well as sort of matching their desire and commitment, we've got to finish our chances here, because I expect we'll get a few. But that's something that we've been kind of guilty of over the last few games, isn't not putting the ball in the net. We need to get that scoring touch back.
Yeah, it's all types of quality need to be sorted out today. Whether it's crisp passing, the right weight of pass, the finishing, the final ball, the cross. We need to remember who we are, how we've been playing the last 18 months to 2 years, who we've beaten, how good we are. All the lads need to remember that. Despite a poor run of form and certain players having dipped in form, like Sean has had a rough few weeks, as Miggy has as well. However, that there have been times when they've been playing really well and had that quality about them. So it's about trying to just put all of that aside. These guys are professionals. They are in the top. They're not in the top 1%. These guys are in the top 0.0001%. Like, they are the top of the top of the top. They're in the fourth best team in the country officially on last season's finishes. So you've just got to be mentally strong. You're a professional athlete. Put all of that aside. Just be first to everything and make sure you show your quality as well as give the desire.
I mean, I'm just looking around that stadium, and there's still loads of Sunderland fans not in the ground.
That's a feeble flag display, isn't it? It really is.
I mean, it's wonderful, isn't it? I mean,
they've gone to Gary Glitter's wardrobe and got a load of flags. As close as possible with them.
Well, Billy, behave yourself. It is a rather shambolic flag display, but look, it's their way of getting up for it, and they've got to do all they can. But the Newcastle fans, considering the 6,000 of them, Billy, they'll be in tremendous voice today.
Absolutely, they'll outsing the Mackems, that's for certain.
And they're waving the flags there. Now look at that.
Scarves, the free scarves looks fantastic, isn't it?
Look at that.
Great gesture.
That is just a joy.
It
was.
Great gesture.
Yeah, and obviously serving beverages and a breakfast bar to all the fans getting on the bus this morning, which was a great gesture from the club. Absolutely incredible. And I mean, we that flag wave has just made the scarf wave has just made their flag wave look ridiculous and embarrassing. Unbelievable. Keith Dites has just gifted 50 Toon Review memberships.
Unbelievable.
Keith, that is outstanding. Thank you so much, Keith. That is unbelievable generosity, mate. That is fantastic. I have never seen that before. 50 Toon Review memberships. Wow. I mean, wow.
You've got them, Paul. Read them all out.
I can't. It's gone too fast. Whoever got one, please thank Keith for that. That is an incredible gesture. Bloody hell. Charles, thank you for another super chat. He says, morning from Miami. Love the show. American fan since 1979. Let's crush the Mackhams. How are the lads? One day I will get to see the boys live. That's my dream. Well, everyone has a dream, mate. And why not dream? Why not dream big? I'm staggered. I'm staggered, Keith. That is incredible generosity. Just unbelievable. Are we still confident of our score predictions, fellas?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not like me to do this, but I usually take the cup and local derbys into consideration. But we're more better than them. So absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Well, I need to go for yet another pee, Billy. So would you just read some comments out and I'll be back shortly?
Absolutely. Not nervous then, is he? At all. James Sharp says 11 minutes to quickly walk home from work to make kick-off. Well, you've got about 5.
Get a jog on.
Yeah, get a jog on. You'll be okay. A lot of people congratulating Keith, saying thank you for his fantastically generous thing there. He did. Fantastic gesture. Simon said the club even used their own rewards to go with the way. Fans to look after them. Magic. Yeah, brilliant gesture from the club, actually. Josh says, I like football, but good for you, mate. I'm glad you do. You're in the right place for that. Again, brilliant from you. Their flags have obviously used all £50 of their budget. It was an appalling display, wasn't it? Looked like silver foil and some Christmas wrapping, didn't it? It was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Owain says, go on, Keith. Ricky thinks Bruno will get 2 assists today. Buongiorno to you, Simon.
I'm expecting big things from Bruno. I really do hope I see something because he's got the passion for it. He really does deserve a derby goal. He's got that about him.
That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Imagine his reaction to it as well. I think he'd get mental. I think he jumped to the top 2 with the Newcastle fans. The Crimson Lip says, look at the beautiful scars versus the pound shop flags. They were pretty poor. As we've said, the world is with us today, says Alan. Indeed it is. Except for the ones on ITV. They seem very Sunderland orientated. Both punditry and commentators, I would say. Paul says, hi everyone, let's do this. It's our time. Come on the Toon. Where do we win the game, Alex? Where's the game going to be won today?
What, positionally?
Yeah, do you think it's going to be all about Isak, or do you think the midfield will dominate, or both those things?
I think it's going to be about being clinical because it's one of those games where, especially for the foreign boys or people who haven't grown up in the Northeast or maybe really know too much about the derby, the build up to this has probably given them a bit of jelly legs. So do you remember obviously the first game against AC Milan? I felt like we were a little bit nervy in our first Champions League game. The lads were a bit nervous.
Yeah.
I hope that they're not too nervy. It's what Paul mentioned. We do need to be clinical. Hopefully, players like I can't imagine Bruno and Isak being like that. They're very professional players, as is Botman. I just hope there's not too many jelly legs in there. We don't want to see passes going awry in the first 10 or 15 minutes. You need to make sure, it's easier said than done, but you need to try and turn those nerves into calmness, if that's even possible. But as a professional athlete, it's an expectation. You've got to be able to do that in the biggest days. And this is one of those. So hopefully they can stay calm. We do need to be clinical when we get those chances. We can't.
Without experience, though, you'd think without experience that we'd have the mentality and the temperament to do that, wouldn't you?
Agreed. We just need to make sure it's not one of those days, because there have been a lot of games this season where there's a half an hour spell where we look great. Passes are brilliant, hit the crossbar. It looks brilliant. We're playing beautiful football, but we don't get any goals to show for it. And then the final result ends up being, dictated by our lack of being clinical. And we just need to make sure we hit the back of the net. Again, it's what a few people mentioned on the fan forum on Face the Lads. Doesn't matter if it goes in off your butt today. Needs to go in the back of the net.
100%.
I am shitting it now. Come on.
How many times have you been to the toilet today, Paul?
Many, Billy. Many. Every time I go now, it feels like I'm wiping with flaming sandpaper. But then we'll move on from that. Guys, please do keep subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner. You do have to be a subscriber if you do want to take part in the chat this afternoon. And have you read that new member out, Billy?
No, I've not done any members or anything like that.
Do you want to read his name out?
Is it a bad one then? Is it a hard one to say by any chance? Ivan Aichi Coke. Thank you for winning a member.
Get it, Billy. That was superb, mate. Congratulations. You did an absolutely wonderful job with that there. I'm very, very impressed because that could have gone very, very, very wrong indeed, but it didn't. So thank you for that. We're just now awaiting the players to come out of the tunnel. The flags are waving. They've got a banner there, and we're just seeing the players in the tunnel now. Trippier looks very, very focused. How fit do we think Trippier is, guys?
I think he's fine. I think he was probably fit a week ago. It's just part of everything that's been going on. That's just my guess. But again, it's not our business whether it was personal or whether it was an injury. But he's fine. And he had his fitness test yesterday, so this has been well prepared.
He looks very focused. The lads look focused, actually, looking at them in the tunnel there.
Well, Trippier is the on-field captain today, so he needs to put all of that personal stuff behind him. Well, when I say personal stuff, I mean his own mistakes on the pitch. That's what I mean. That needs to be shelved now. He needs to lead the whole team today.
Indeed. And this is a very, very big game for Craig Pawson, the referee, because he's got to be no VAR today, remember. So we're going off his decisions, his on-field decisions immediately. If a goal is given, it's given. There'll be no waiting for any kind of VAR check for offside or anything bollocks like that. We will get a true game of football today, back to the old days, which I think is good, Billy.
Yeah, I agree. And the one benefit for us of Pawson being the referee is he's a Premier League referee and knows our players. And he probably doesn't know any there. So, familiarity sometimes helps, doesn't it? Although sometimes it breeds contempt. So, sometimes maybe not. True.
As the players emerge out of the tunnel, this is it, guys. We are seconds away from Sunderland versus Newcastle, and it's been such a long, long time. Siderita, thank you for your super chat. Good afternoon, everyone. So hyped for today, as I'm sure the players are as well. Let's batter them. Absolutely. Guys, there will be a Patreon podcast at the end with Alex and Billy, definitely, 100%. There will be a match reaction from me on YouTube as well. All the usual after-match shenanigans. And, of course, we'll do the review tomorrow once the dust has settled down and once I've stopped abusing the other half of my family, verbally, of course, by dishing it out. I just briefly passed my mother who said... you're going to be crying later, so I pushed her down the stairs. But it's nothing too serious. So this is it, and I'm bouncing for this, guys. A good start is necessary here, Alex.
It is, yeah. Well, maybe. Again, we conflicted on that yesterday, possibly. I feel like we just need to make sure it's not about what we do. It's about just making sure they don't get too energetic in this opening 10 or 15 minutes, because they're going to be very energetic. They're going to want to play themselves into the game very early, be very quick. First to all the second balls. They're going to want to get the crowd on side. So it's less about what we do and more about just making sure that we don't let them get riled up in a positive way. So we just need to be calm, cool, collected, hard tackles when necessary. It's about just getting control of this game because we are the better team.
So there we are. Scoreboard positions are taken now. Ready to rock. Sav Durant says if Sunderland wins, Eddie has got to go. Well, let's not even talk about that. Let's not even talk about a Sunderland win, for Christ's sake. We're gonna stuff them. John Joe, thank you for your super chat. I've just seen a Mackham lady in the crowd. Her beard is longer than Alex's. How are the lads? Dear me. Remember, guys, no spoilers in the chat during the commentary. Wait until we have mentioned it during the commentary and then talk about it in the chat. Don't put anything in before we've commentated on it. Please have the respect for the people that aren't watching it live and are just relying on our commentary. Please do not put spoilers in the chat. I can't reiterate that enough. The mods will remove you, and we don't want that. We want everybody to have a great day on Matchday Live here on the Toon Review. Nearly 1,200 watching. Please keep subscribing to the channel. If you're new, bottom right-hand corner. Let's see what we can finish on today as we head towards 27,000. And don't forget to keep those likes coming in, guys. Keep hitting that thumbs up button for us. And let's just enjoy this as best we can. Knock the commentary off the TV. If you're watching it on the TV, knock that commentary off. Listen to us. And have a great watch along. Sunderland line up with Anthony Patterson, Hume, O'Nien, Ballard, Alisi, and it's gone off the screen. Neil, Ekwa, Pritchard, Joby, Clark, and Roussan. That is the Sunderland lineup. They line up as a 4-2-3-1. So that's, I mean, I know none of their players on the bench, I have to say.
Timothy Pembele.
Yes, Pembele, yeah. Newcastle lineup, Dubravka, Trippier, Cher, Botman, Byrne, Longstaff, Bruno, Joe Linton, Almiron, Isak, and Gordon. It's as strong a team as you're going to get from Newcastle United, and they are taking this one very seriously, and this is where it all counts. It looks like Newcastle will be kicking towards the Newcastle fans in the first half, which I'm a little surprised about, unless that's just a bit of shithousery from us. Sunderland now getting into their huddle as well, with Captain O'Nien screaming at them. But this is it, guys. The first Weir-Tyne derby for many a moon since Mitrovic nodded in that equaliser at Tyneside. At home, of course, it's in James's Park. We haven't seen one since, but we're seeing one now. Sunderland will get us underway, kicking right to left. In fact, they are attacking the Newcastle fans in the first half. Okay, so we'll be attacking our own fans in the second. We are ready to go. And they are waiting for the whistle to blow. And we're off. It is underway at the Stadium of Pooh. And Newcastle United immediately on the ball with Almiron to Bruno. Bruno knocks it away from Roussan and goes to Joe Linton. Joe Linton heavily pressed there, but back to Botman. And Newcastle immediately getting a foothold of the ball, which is important, guys.
Yeah, no press for the strikers, which is good. I mean, the defence are being allowed to do as they please. They most suffer for that.
Yeah. Fabian Schär immediately bringing it forward for Newcastle, and he hits that long crossfield ball. Was taken out very late there, but Gordon's got the ball now down the left-hand side for Newcastle. The go-to's up on him. He cuts inside to Joe Linton. Little 1-2 with Gordon. Gordon then swings it out to the right. Beautiful ball that for Miggy Almiron. Overlap from Trippier. Miggy cuts back onto his left. Almiron back to Trippier now. Trippier, that's going to go for a corner to Newcastle United. Good start.
Excellent start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was under the crossfield balls. One from Gordon, one from Schär to get us on the front foot straight away.
Kieran Trippier getting pelters, but I'm sure he's used to that from obviously his various derby days with other clubs, of course. Puts the ball on the D, ready to cross this in for Newcastle United. Big men in the box. Can we make it count early doors? Of course, we scored from a corner against Liverpool. It's a poor corner, though, to the near post. Bellingham gets it away. Back to Trippier, though. And Trippier now is going to whip it in again. That's a better cross. Patterson's missed it. And it was flicked away off the top of Dan Burns' head. And that's going to be another throw to Newcastle. But quite a dominant start here, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, they've sat off us more than I thought they were going to. They're giving us a bit more space, a little bit more time. Yeah. I'd imagine Mr. Beale is not going to be very happy with that, unless it's the game plan. But it's bizarre. I mean, fine. Give us time on the ball. We'll love it.
We're totally dominating here. And again, Trippier down the right, crosses it in. There's a header, and it's a good save. And Longstaff should have scored. There's no doubt about it. And he heads it weakly at the keeper. He was in acres of space, and Miggy wins it back from Bellingham. This is a tremendous start from Newcastle, but we should have been 1-0 up there. Joe Linton battles his way through the midfield like a tank. Brilliant work. Isak now. Bit of a heavy touch, cleared into the air again for Sunderland. And finally, they get on the ball with Pritchard. But Jesus, what a chance, Billy, for Longstaff.
Yeah, it was. I don't think he was expecting. Just got his head on it. Couldn't guide it because it coming that quick, didn't it? But the keeper made a good save. It was straight at him, though.
Excellent cross from Kieran Trippier, who's already, put a few decent ones into the box. Sunderland play it down the right-hand side now. That's a handball and a free kick to Newcastle. Roussan completely disagrees with the referee there, but it did hit his arm, and that is a free kick for Newcastle. But it's such a positive start here from Newcastle. And I agree with Alex. I'm a little bit surprised that Sunderland have stood off us.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
Allowing us to play, aren't they?
Early days, I don't want to say I was wrong, but the fact that Dan Burn played a right-footed cross in the box means he looks very much up for it.
Yeah.
He looks very much up for it.
Yeah, and here goes Isak chasing the ball now. Sunderland clear it. Pritchard, does he keep it in? No, he does keep it in. Plays it down the right-hand side. Botman in a foot race here, and Botman does well to get in front of Rusan. But Rusan had a bit of pace there. But Botman
didn't get away, did he? Didn't get away from him, did he?
No, absolutely not. Looking at that Sean Longstaff header again. Oh,
he's chested it down the keeper.
What was Patterson doing there?
Chested it.
That was a terrible. I mean, he had a chance just to pick that ball up there. Yeah. Awful.
He looked a bit flappy from the cross, didn't he? Before that.
I mean, Longstaff did everything right there, just trying to get onto it, head it down. You know, that's what you're taught to do. So he did the right thing. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Sunderland now have the ball and trying to press Newcastle. And a long shot from 40-odd yards hits Sven Botman. Botman and Scher deciding who will clear it. It's not the best clearance from Fabian Scher, to be honest. In fact, it was very poor. It puts Sunderland back on the back foot. On the front foot, sorry, not the back foot. They've been on the back foot since the start, but not now. And here is Jack Clark for Sunderland. Inside to Rusan. Sunderland knocking it around quite nicely here, but that comes to Bruno now. Bruno, that's an awful pass to try and get Isak in. But again, Sunderland flying into the tackles there. As Anthony Gordon now on the far side, that's going to be a goal kick as Gordon is pressed. That's what I expect from Sunderland, guys, is that little last few minutes, Billy, was Sunderland pressing us hard there and getting some tough tackles in.
Yeah, in the right areas, though. They were pressing, weren't they? They had the ball and then trying to get it back. And, a little bit of a press on Gordon there with his back to goal. It's the best time to do it. But apart from that, with the ball facing their goal, there's no press at all, is there? We'll see from this goal kick now, actually.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a delay here. I'm not sure what's going on or if someone's down injured here, but unless there's some idiot ran on the pitch. No, there isn't any VAR, but I think there's an idiot ran on the pitch because normally when that happens, the cameras just focus on one person. Oh, I don't know. Is it the referee's microphone not working with his officials? Or something's not working in the tunnel? I don't know. Oh, fourth official's injured by the looks of things.
From doing what? Standing still?
I mean, we're only 5.5 minutes in. I don't understand what's going on there.
Yeah, I've noticed that early doors, Jack Clark's trying to wriggle away from Longstaff a lot. So Longstaff's got to be very switched on to his off-the-ball duties and defensive duties as well today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Michael Brown, you obviously know nothing about football asking a question like that. How can Sunderland and Newcastle United be a derby when they're not in the same city? They're about 10 miles away from each other, mate. You've got to look at the vicinity, the area that live in. The area is both Sunderland and Newcastle. So, what a question that is. Do your history. Do your homework.
We'll have a new assistant referee now then.
Well, I'm not sure whether it's a new one, Billy. I just thought he had a problem with his microphone, didn't he? He's been changed now. Yeah. Anyway, it's back to Dubravka, who will launch it forward for Newcastle United. Isak doesn't. Onayan beats Isak in the air. I'd like to see Isak being a bit stronger than that, to be honest. But Sunderland are, playing their way into the game here, getting a little bit of physicality in, Billy.
Yeah, but there's no press here. Look, when there should have been a press there, one or two centre halves. There's none. Look, standing off.
Dan Burn now rolls it into the feet of Anthony Gordon. Gordon spins brilliantly. And Gordon bombs down the left-hand side now for Newcastle. Again, doubling up on him. Cuts back onto his right foot. Back to Dan Burn. Great play from Gordon. Burn lays it to Bruno now. Bruno will go across to Fabian Scher, who's in acres of space in his own half at the minute, but will bring it forward for Newcastle. Heading towards the halfway line. Pulls it back all the way to Dubravka, who lays it to Botman. Botman to Burn. Newcastle just quite happy to keep the ball here, keep a bit of possession, as we're now with Longstaff. Just inside his own half, brings it forward towards the halfway line, launches a ball forward looking for Isak. That's way over hit. And an easy collect for Patterson in the goal for Sunderland. Not a great ball, that by Longstaff. You could see his intention there, but I think it's good to see Isak making those runs, though.
Yeah, hitting the channels, isn't he? That's what we need him to do.
Scher has the ball again. Pritchard closes him down, so he goes back to Dubravka. And he just gives it straight back to Fabian Schär, who's seen a lot of the ball in the opening 10 minutes of this game. And again, launches a ball. Looking, what a ball that is for Joe Linton. Brilliantly taken by the Brazilian, but then a heavy touch gets Sunderland back on the ball. Oh, that could have been real danger for Sunderland there, but it's back in the right back position at the minute. Played forward. Pritchard now. There's a good run on the right-hand side. Finds him. I think it's Rusand on this right-hand side. He cuts in now. Byrne all over the back of him, forcing Rusand back. Good bit of play that by Dan Byrne. Now ball forward from Sunderland, looking for the run of Jack Clark, but it's overhit and a goal kick to Newcastle. What a ball again by Fabian Schär, guys. I mean, it's straight into Joe Linton, and he just couldn't. His first bit of control was good, but then all of a sudden, second touch a little bit heavy.
I mean, they need to pay more attention to Fabian Schär. They can't give him this much space and time on the ball because it's Schär and Trippier that we were getting so much joy with early doors in the season.
Yeah,
you've got to prevent those long balls.
Absolutely. As Botman has it now, just outside our own penalty area, across to Fabian Schär, who rolls it into Trippier. Trippier turns, nothing available, so goes back to his centre-back. Schär again, long ball forward, looking for a very good run from Miggy, but again, slightly overhit, and Patterson will collect that ball. But it looks like we're trying to make runs in behind Billy Bob, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's good to see that, isn't it? You know, the energy to do it and not sitting back.
Absolutely. We have the ball back now. Botman, nice little touch inside to Bruno in the centre circle now. Bruno has Bellingham for company. Goes back to Fabian Schär. Schär calmly turns and gives it back to Dubravka. Bellingham pressing him, but can't play there from Dubravka and gets it to Bruno now, who brings it forward towards the halfway line, inside to Almiron. Almiron spins and gives a simple pass to Botman. Botman forward, looking for Isak. Isak, lovely touch, and then is sliced down by O'Nien. Look, I think he's got the beating of Luke O'Nien every single day of the week here, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah, without a doubt. He just didn't have a clue what he was doing there, did he? It was too quick for him, away from him, and just stuck his leg out to bring him down. It was a cynical foul, wasn't it?
It was. Bruno currently tying his shoelaces up, but the play has gone on, and it's with Schär on the halfway line now. Into the Sunderland half, whips a ball in towards Isak, cut out by O'Nien. Pritchard now turns for Sunderland. Good bit of play by the little man there. Lays it off, looking for... and Byrne's a bit stuck for pace, and that's, well, incredibly not a foul by Byrne, but he lost... He did well to win the ball eventually, but my God, he was done for pace.
Yeah, big time, wasn't he? He was lucky winning in treacle, wasn't it?
Oh, Jesus. That was a bit touchy cloth there, but we've got the ball back now with Sean Longstaff. Looking for a way out. Nothing available. But Bruno comes deep and gives it back to Dubravka. As Edward saying that Coventry are 3-1 up, Billy, in their game at the minute. They kicked off 15 minutes before this one.
Yeah, they've only played Oxford, though.
Yeah, that's a good ball forward. Again, testing the defences. Anthony Gordon cuts across. Miggy then makes way. Good bit of play this by Newcastle. Almiron down the right. Trippier now overlapping again. There's nobody in the box, though. And I think that's what Trippier is saying. Where are you? You know, he looked, he had to delay the cross, Billy, simply because, you know, there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah, that's the problem with getting the crosses into the box when there's no one there. I mean, he's made a great run there, and he's done the best he could and get a corner out of it.
Yeah, and that's what he put his arms out for, to say, you know, why wasn't there somebody in the box to get that cross in earlier? It's back with Trippier now. To Sean Longstaff, left-footed cross, floated into the penalty area. Bruno is up there, comes loose. Dan Byrne, brilliant header. Really made a purpose of getting to that ball. And now Anthony Gordon just outside the area. Bruno now. Bruno looking to the right-hand side. Lays it to Trippier. Trippier now looks forward, looks for a ball. That's not great from... Well, Trippier put Bruno in trouble there. Trippier's then gone chasing after the ball.
Oh,
a nasty one on Joe Linton. Right on his ankle. And I think it was Pritchard and Bellingham who both went in on him. But this is free kick territory, guys.
This is Kieran Trippier territory, isn't it? Maybe a little bit too far out for him, though.
I mean, Trippier did well because initially he put Bruno in trouble losing the ball, and then he won it back really well off Bellingham. But this one from Pritchard,
he sent Calvert-Lewin off for that the other night.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a yellow card or anything like that for Pritchard. But that's I do exactly, Billy. There's no consistency. Trippier is over this with Fabian Schär. In fact, Fabian Schär looks like he's walking away. I mean, this is a long way out, to be fair. This is a long way out. I don't think this is going to be a shot, as we see a Sunderland fan scratching the moustache there. She must be very nervous. Nobody pick up on that comment there. I'm trying to be funny. Just dismissed out of all. Sometimes it hurts, guys.
So I think Job's the guy here. Job is trying to man mark Bruno. He's everywhere. So if you can pull him out of position, that's where the space is, because he's a bit young. I'd say he's a little bit been ill-disciplined positionally in the opening period of the game. So
absolutely, it is Trippier to shoot. It's deflected straight into Patterson. I thought I was too far out to have a shot, to be honest. But hey, what do I know? It could have flew in the top corner for all we know. 13 and a half minutes gone. It is still Sunderland 0, Newcastle 0 at the Stadium of Light. Certainly Patterson is, he's had to make one save. And if anything, we've had good possession in this first half, Newcastle, but
he's allowed to stand there, Patterson, and no point complaining to the referee.
He's outside the box. He's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, we've done what we needed to in the first 15 minutes of this game. They haven't had too much of the ball. They haven't got really excited. The crowd's not up and running. So this is exactly what we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have the ball back now with Fabian Schär to Bruno. Bruno all the way back to Dubravka. And we will start again. Dubravka. Christ, he took a heavy touch there. Jesus.
He bobbled, didn't he?
Yeah, my God. Little bit of touchy-clothy there, but we're fine. We're fine. Could have been a lot worse, that bouncing off Dubravka's foot there, but it wasn't.
Again, no pressing at all. They're just letting us bring the ball out, which is amazing. I'm amazed by that tactic. I really am.
Yeah. Especially given, Botman and Schär can really pass the football. Here is Botman out to the right-hand side now for Gordon. Still in his own half, though. Gordon is shepherded, but he's done well. Spinning round, turning, cuts back inside, and rolls it back to Botman. Good bit of play from Anthony Gordon. He's looked quite sharp in this first half, Gordon, as a long ball out to Dan Burn on the left. He chests it down but can't keep it in play. And Sunderland will get a throw in. Just looking at that Trippier free kick again. Hits the Sunderland wall and bounces nicely into the arms of Patterson in goal. Sunderland now trying to play it out of the area. Here is Bellingham. Good work by Miggy to win that back now. Longstaff. No one ahead of him. Has to cut across the field. Lays it back to Trippier. Trippier inside to Bruno. Bruno, lovely 1-2. Quick 1-2s with Joe Linton. Nice play. Poor from Miggy. Trying to flick it out wide to Longstaff and we lose the ball. But again, Mr. Rick O'Shea not on our side there. Good defender by Trippier to win a throw in. That's pure strength and experience for you. Quickly gets on with the game. We certainly look like we're up for this, gents. It's not like we're,
Yeah, absolutely. We're playing a bit of football as well. That little 1-2 with Bruno and Joe Linton was fantastic a minute ago. Just didn't fall for us right, did it?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Isak for Newcastle to Bruno. Bruno over the halfway line now to Gordon. Gordon plays it into Isak. It's a lovely ball. I thought Isak might have been offside there, but he miscontrolled the ball anyway. And Patterson will launch one forward on his left foot for Sunderland. Roussan chasing down Fabian Schär. Schär, though, delightfully just skips it over his head.
Oh, referee!
Oh, Clark really late on.
Get the fucking red out for that, ref. Come on,
that's nasty. That's hurt Botman. Terrible tackle from Jack Clark there.
That's a red card all day long. Each day and every day. It was twice on a Sunday. Disgusting. Knew exactly what he was doing.
I mean, there was no way Clark was ever getting to that ball. You dirty Mackham git. Honestly, shocking tackle. Just seen it again now. Botman plays it away. It's high. It's late. It studs up.
Studs up on his...
How is that not a red card then?
Yeah, it is a red card. Studs up. Jumping up.
He's no control over himself. That is a disgusting tackle, that. Absolutely disgusting tackle. Never mind saying, you're all right. The tackle's made now. It was disgusting.
He's not going to send him off, otherwise he'd already done it, I think.
Yeah. I don't think he's even booked him, Billy.
Don't think he has. Scandalous. Scandalous.
How is that not at least a yellow card?
Exactly, what he made Kavanagh send Calvert-Lewin off the other night, that's 20 times worse than that. Yellow card.
That's a disgrace. Alex, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm just seeing the highlights for it now. Yeah, I mean, it's shocking. I've got the slow-mo here. Yeah, it studs up. He's gone to block the ball, but again, he's gone into the player. He's not actually gone for the flight of the ball. He's gone into Botman's foot. It's late, it's high, studs up, as you said. And the fact that he's not even got a yellow card for it is just bizarre. That's ridiculous. I think it's overcompensation for his incorrect decision the other day. On Calvert-Lewin. It's a derby. He's probably been told, let's try and keep it flowing and not be too strict. But you need to protect the players at the end of the day.
And there's Gordon lynched down to the floor as well, and he's gone down injured. Well, we knew this would happen at some point, that Sunderland may just turn to this sort of tactic.
Well, they've not been able to get hold of the ball, string 3 passes together. Nearly 20 minutes into the game, they need something, so they're going for the tackles.
I mean, somebody explained to me how it isn't a book in there, because he's nowhere near the ball.
That's a yellow card every single day in the Premier League. Every single game.
Boston's got to get a hold of this game, because if they're getting away with tackles like that, then that's what causes all sorts of problems as the game goes on. Here's Trippier now. Trippier floats the ball towards the back post where Anthony Gordon is too high for everybody. Gordon will keep it in, though, on the far side. Gordon turns and has a run. Plays it back to Bruno. Bruno's got Trippier in support, and he's got an oncoming Fabian Schär. Lovely ball to Trippier. Oh, Trippier miscontrols it, but does keep it in play, does he? Yes. Still in. Rolls it into Longstaff now. Longstaff, Trippier. Good bit of football, this. Bruno. They saw it coming, but it's Bruno again. Bruno Gomes into the box. Bruno tries a right foot shot. Newcastle want a penalty. They're convinced. Nothing given from Pawson. Back with Trippier now, who goes all the way back to Dubravka. I want to see that again, guys. Lots of hands went up from the Newcastle players. As Schär plays it forward again, Isak's nowhere near the ball there, and Ruslan picks it up for Sunderland. And he falls to the floor, and a free kick to Sunderland on the halfway line. Well, I'll tell you what, lots of hands went up. We're seeing it again here. Bruno on the outside of his foot tries to curl it in. Nah, not for me. Hits his stomach. Oh, it hit his hand first, but his hand's in a very... I mean, it's down by his side, isn't it? It'd be very difficult to give a penalty there. But here's Anthony Gordon for Newcastle. Again, swabbed out. Bellingham brings it over the halfway line, pursued by Miggy, who makes a brilliant tackle. And that's excellent from Miggy. Gets the ball back. Oh, lovely little nutmeg. And then Longstaff goes in hard. That's what we want to see, Sean. Good, strong tackle.
Ref played on.
Yes, he did.
Shocking from Job so far in the opening 20 minutes. I think he's playing like a schoolboy. He's following the ball. He's just... it's not what I was expecting to see from him, to be completely honest.
Long ball, looking for Trippier, is overhit.
I think he's more Linda than Jude, isn't he?
Well, certainly at the minute, yeah.
I mean, that should do a free kick, really. I mean, Longstaff did go. Oh, mate, that isn't a free kick.
Nowhere near the ball there. And credit the players, the both. I don't know what Jack Clark's complaining about after what he's just done and got away with. Trippier now forward for Joe Linton. Takes it on his chest. Being pursued, though, but he's very calm on the ball. And a lovely flick ball out to the left-hand side for Dan Burn, who brings it over the halfway line for Newcastle United. Gordon up in front of him. Lays it back now to Bruno. Bruno bringing it forward for Newcastle. Bruno to Joe Linton. Lovely 1-2 again between the pair of them. And then whips it out to the right-hand side for Almiron. Lovely football again. Kieran Trippier making a brilliant overlap. Here is Trippier. Ball low. And it's over the top from Longstaff.
Great move.
Brilliant move. And again, could Sean have done better? I don't know, but it was a great move from Newcastle. Lovely 1-2 between Bruno and Joe Linton. Miggy sees the overlap from Trippier, plays it into him. Trippier pulls it back. Sean should have done better. It's sort of bounced up on him by the looks of things.
This is what happened last season. I mean, Alex made loads of references to it. It falls to the wrong man in the box. Sean's made some great runs, but yeah, he should have probably done better than that there. Should have got it on target at least. Yeah. What I've been disappointed with so far has been Isak. He's hardly been in the game, has he?
No, he's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. And at the times he's had the ball, he's not. The thing is with Isak, he's not really competitive to win the ball. It's coming to him, and he's not challenging the Sunderland players to win the ball, which is strange.
Yeah, we need to get Isak into the game more. And again, it's one of the reasons why we signed Toon Army is to be what Toon Army did against Villa. That's why we signed him, because Sean isn't as top level at finishing those runs off and the chances. He does it sometimes, but he's got to do it today.
Beautiful volley pass from me, exactly. Just as we said it
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Over to Dan Burn was delicious. Joe Linton, who has started the game very strongly as well. Here's Dan Burn. And he plays it back to Botman. Newcastle start again. Still 0-0 at the Stadium of Light after 23 minutes. But I'm perfectly happy with the way Newcastle are playing. And here goes Almiron now bursting into the box. And Sunderland will let that go. And a goal kick.
I mean, if Isak has to drop deep and let someone run beyond him, it might be a good tactic for us. If he comes deep to drop the ball, receive the ball, and have someone go in ahead of him, it might be a great tactic for us. Someone like Joe Linton, for instance.
Goal kick to Sunderland. But we haven't, it just seems like this game's there for the taking, but we're not quite getting it right in the final third again.
No.
That's all right. There's plenty of time.
Oh, there's loads of time left. Absolutely.
They will get tired as this game progresses.
Go on, Isak.
And Isak has a chance here. Cleared away, and it's a throw into Newcastle, just level with Sunderland's penalty area.
They aren't reading the Trippier-Miggy partnership, are they, at all? They're getting in time and time again down his right-hand side.
They certainly are. Here's Joe Linton to Trippier. All the way back to Cher, who goes back to Botman, back in our own half again now. Rebuilding again in centre circle to Bruno. Bruno looks at his options, slides one into Gordon. Lovely little 1-2 again, frees a bit of space up for Bruno. Bruno then, beautiful ball out. Oh, overhit, sorry. Trippier acknowledges the effort. Certainly find a lot of space down this right-hand side, haven't we?
Yeah, they don't seem to be able to read it. People, we keep saying that people have found us out. Sunderland haven't read that, man. That's for certain.
Well, yep, I'm pretty pleased about that.
It looks like they haven't really researched tactically. Well, I'm sure they have, but they're not executing it at all. And for a team with so much possession and so much dominance in the Championship, there's a lack of respect for themselves as players because we've got all the ball here.
Yep. We need to punish them though while we're on top. This is what we've been talking about in previous games. When we're on top like this, we need to get goals.
Well, ideally, we need to try and keep this going for. Obviously, there will be spells of possession for Sunderland at some point in this game, but we need to try and maintain this level. Try and get rid of any positivity out of their minds that they're good enough to have the ball against us.
Yeah. See, there's another incident there. No challenge from Isak, and we lose the ball. He's not challenging the centre halves to win the ball.
I mean, he never has really. There was a couple of games where he's done it.
He's got to be stronger there. Jack Clark now way back on his own halfway line, plays it back. And Newcastle begin the press. Long ball out to the right-hand side, flicked on, but Dan Burn is there. Ruslan cuts off the option to Dubravka and then stopped running. So Dan Burn says, right, I'll just play it back to the keeper. Lays it out to Fabian Cher. Cher, long ball into the feet of Isak. Isak spins, goes down.
Come on, ref!
Play on. I think he played for that, Billy. Again,
I just him by the neck.
Well, I think he was pulling the Sunderland player as well. If I'm honest, I've got to be, unbiased. Well, not unbiased, but I've got to call it how I see it. I think Isak's just not got. He's got to be stronger. And Sunderland now doing the pressing again. Ball into the box. That should be Dubravka's and is claimed very well. He fell awkwardly there, but he gets straight back up, luckily, and just settles it back down again. Just seeing, I thought he fell awkwardly here, guys.
He's looking at him. He's deliberately carried on with the challenge there, Bellingham.
Yeah.
Knew he weren't getting the ball.
Good claim that by Dubravka. Here is Joe Linton for Newcastle. Across to Longstaff. Longstaff back to Fabian Cher. I mean, if you're a Sunderland fan, you're going to be pretty happy with the 27 minutes, haven't you? Patterson, one save to make.
They've been dominated off the ball, on the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that's what should happen, though. We are the better side.
I think it's a 90-minute game. I think sooner or later there's going to be more chances than what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Here's Trippier, cuts inside on the halfway line, rolls it into Longstaff. Longstaff just over the halfway line now for Newcastle. Back to Trippier. Trippier to Almiron. Almiron back to Trippier again. Trippier has Bruno in support, but uses Cher instead. Cher has Botman on the far side and lays it into him. Botman will bring it forward now. Plays it into Dan Byrne on the left-hand side. Byrne to Joe Linton. Joe Linton to Bruno. All being played at the minute in the middle of the pitch for Newcastle. But Fabian Schär brings it over the halfway line now. Schär did have a good run by Bruno there, but chose to go back to Trippier. Back to Schär now.
Tom's been a little bit too conservative, I think.
Yeah, there's no movement though. You know, you're looking ahead of the defenders who've got the ball. There's nobody making a run. But here's Isak now. Back to Botman. You know, it's just very static if you look at what's in front of Botman and Schär. Schär then launches a ball forward again, and that's too long, and Patterson will claim it.
Yeah, ain't great.
No, we've got to see better movement up top, guys. It's not there at the minute. You know, we when the defenders have got the ball like that, they're looking up and they're having to play little passes between themselves because there's no runs being made. But that will, you know, that will be addressed, I'm sure. Sunderland get a throw in right on the halfway line. Alex, are you seeing the same as us? That there's just a little bit of lack of movement.
The tempo's dropped of the game a little bit. We're going for possession retention. Is this on purpose, or are we going to suddenly switch it up again, start doing faster passing for a 5-minute period and make more runs?
Yeah.
But at the moment, the tempo's dropped. We're just retaining the ball, waiting for one person to make the good run. But it's not the way I prefer. I'd prefer if we were just slightly faster passing and trying to just go every single time. Why not? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we played the first 10 minutes. First 10 minutes, we were using the flags. But here's Isak. Isak through on goal. He's brought down. That's got to be a penalty to Newcastle. Surely that's a penalty, referee. Are you kidding me? How is that not a penalty?
It's a red card as well.
That's unbelievable from the referee. How is that not a penalty?
We're going to see it again, surely. I mean, unless he's got a touch on the ball, which I didn't see, I must be honest.
I mean, Isak's convinced he was fouled there. I am astounded that's not a penalty kick. We're going to see it again here. It's a superb ball by Miggy. Isak's on his bike straight away. Now, let's see. God almighty.
All day long. All day long.
Look at the shirt pull. He's holding him to the floor.
It's all day long. It's out of the box, but he
holds him down inside the box.
It's a penalty and a red card for me. All day long.
Jesus Christ.
Pathetic by Pawson. Couldn't keep up with the play. A referee's assistant should be helping him out there, to be honest, though.
That's incredible. That's absolutely unbelievable. Bring back VAR. All is forgiven. As Isak's lost the ball now in the middle of the pitch. Good win by Trippier. Fuck off, Pawson! That's a disgraceful, shocking decision again! Oh, we know how this is going here. Wow. Wow. I mean, Trippier wins the ball there. Look at the shirt pull there, and then he hauls him down to the floor. How on God's earth is that not a penalty kick?
It's all day long, all day and every day.
Yeah, it's the shirt. I mean, if it wasn't the shirt, it's a 50-50. But the fact he's got a fist of his shirt, it's got to be a pen.
That's unbelievable. That is
and last man as well.
Incredible. He is an absolute terrible referee. Absolutely garbage. Anyway, it's a free kick to Sunderland now, halfway through the Newcastle half. Pritchard will take, launches it towards the edge of the box. And I think Newcastle have been given a free kick for what I thought was actually a Sunderland free kick there, but never mind. This referee's completely, I mean...
He's getting decisions wrong for both sides. He's just poor. He's a poor referee. Surprised he's actually refereeing any games this weekend after the kerfuffle in midweek. He needs sitting out for a few weeks.
Yeah. Some people say not a penalty. Defender shielded the ball. As he was ripping Isak's shirt off.
He never had the ball to shield.
How could he shield
the ball? He wasn't in possession of the ball, therefore can't shield it, and he's got shirts. Like, logic.
Yeah, honestly. That's mental. That absolutely mental.
And it's a red card as well because he's the last man. Most blatant you'll ever see.
Yeah, free kick or penalty. He was the last man.
That's terrible.
That's a poor pass by Botman. And Sunderland get it back in the middle of the park now with Pritchard. Nice ball inside to Bellingham, but he can't get there. Newcastle win it back. And it's Longstaff looking for options. Gives it to Dan Burn now. Gordon's making a run. Oh, it's a brilliant ball. And Gordon in now to the byline. Pulls it back across. Oh, it's Longstaff, man!
His eyes lit up, didn't it?
Oh, no!
Oh, we need Toon Army back.
His eyes lit up there. He saw the glory there of it, didn't he?
It was a brilliant ball in from Byrne. Gordon does what he should have done, pulls it back, and right on the 18-yard line is Longstaff, and he blasts it over the bar. He could have actually taken a touch.
Yeah, a bit of composure there. That's all he needed.
Oh,
he could have bent it into the left-hand side of the goal. Yeah. Wrong person there.
Wow. Incredible stuff. Guys, please do keep subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner. Come and be part of this incredible community on the Toon Review as we look to push towards 27,000 subscribers. So thank you in advance for that. Here is Fabian Schär midway through the Newcastle half into Longstaff. Back again to Fabian Schär. Schär rolls it into Bruno. Back to Botman. I want to see us going forward more.
Well, we look dangerous every time we do, don't we?
We do, exactly. I think we, certainly on this right-hand side, that's a 1-2. And Joe Linton now way down the left-hand side. This is better. Joe Linton into the penalty area. Plays across. That's in the net. It's an own goal from the player that should have been given a penalty against. And Newcastle United have taken the lead at the Stadium of Light. Grab your granny. We're going swimming in the weir. Come on, guys. Get in! Come on!
We can see where all the threats coming from, though. It's all down that right hand side. It's Gordon, isn't it? He's got that right back on toast. Fantastic bit of play. And Joe Linton also there.
Yeah.
All down that left hand side for us. It's a field of treats for us. It really is.
Yeah. Isak would have had a tap in. Let's face it. I mean, Ballard had to do something. He had to try and get something on it because Isak would have a tap in, but it's just bounced off his shin and right into the top corner of the net. And Newcastle United have taken the lead.
Let's have no sad songs about Ballards.
Absolutely. Sunderland 0, Newcastle 1, 35 minutes gone. Alex, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm a little bit delayed, so I've just seen it. Yeah, lovely interchange. This is why it's great. It's what we used to see from Willock and Joe Linton interchange on the left-hand side. Gordon came central. Joe Linton decided he was a winger for this period of play. Shocking defender. He tried to get something on it. I mean, if he didn't, Isak was there at the back post anyway. O'Neill waiting for the train. Well, you might as well catch it now because 1-0 already.
Brandon, thank you for your super chat. How long's left on Sandro's ban? He's back at the start of next season. And another one from Brandon says, I take it back, 1-0. And the Newcastle fans are going absolutely mental behind that goal. And rightly so.
It's been a cakewalk for us, though.
The centre-half devastated with himself and too right. Shocking, mate.
Yeah, we are, Sunderland haven't threatened at all. Not once. And I think if we'd have gone for the throat a bit more, I think we could have been 2 or 3 up by now.
Well, maybe we'll now. I mean, obviously Sunderland have got to come out more now and try and get some kind of impetus in the game. They've shown none of it so far, but now they have to, and it might leave spaces for us to kind of capitalise on.
I think it's fair to say that Sunderland have been garbage. Samsonite Dove has gifted a Toon Review membership for the first goal as Miggy sliced down there again. So many late tackles. Oh, it's great play from Newcastle again. Here's Isak. Turns on the left-hand side. He's got Joe Linton ahead of him. Here is Joe Linton. Pulls it back to Bruno. Bruno now, 40 yards out. Joe Linton support again on this left-hand side. Looking for the runner. Dan Burn now down by the corner flag. Plays it back to Joe Linton. Newcastle just knocking it around here brilliantly, it has to be said. Just playing possession football. Schär now on the halfway line for Newcastle. Brings it over the line. And then he's pushed over from behind. Free kick to Newcastle. Anoy, thank you for your super chat. Double 5 for an own goal. Get in the bin. Sorry, it was get the F in, but I'll say get in the bin. George, thank you for your super chat as well. I'll take it now. No, now for more. Derby goal scoring rates. Thank you, buddy. I mean, we have been completely dominant. There's no doubt about that. But I'd just like to see a few more goals, guys. They're there for the taking.
I think we'll see more space now, which is, I mean,
yeah,
it sounds unbelievable to say given the space they've already given us, but they've got to commit it now, haven't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this is what I said after the first 10 minutes. They were hoping for spells of possession and for things to start changing. It's not happened. They've not put the effort in, and we've just retained the ball, and we've got the goal. So from their perspective, I mean, they're going to have to open up the space like Billy said. So we'll see if we can get some more.
I mean, we're knocking it around. I mean, you can see the gulf in class here a mile away.
It's not just that; it's the intensity and desire from Sunderland.
Oh, what a poor
very poor as well.
By Miggy. Sorry, I'm not sure who it was. Miggy's bounding forward now. Plays it across. Not a great ball from Miggy, and we lose it again. Well won back by Big Joe, though. Gordon. Oh, he's lynched down again. That's the second time. That's got to be a yellow.
Hey!
Finally, a yellow card is shown. Shocking tackles coming in here. I mean, Gordon just sold him there completely.
I mean, he's totally out of his depth, Trey Hume against Anthony Gordon, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Totally out of his depth.
Massively out his depth. Didn't stand a chance of getting that ball, and it serves him right for having a bum fluff tash.
And a
That's
shit
ridiculous. Yeah. Trippier just getting the muck off his boots, ready to launch this one in again. Having a chat, Cher and Isak having a chat there, but it's going to be another free kick in swinger from Kieran Trippier. Now would be a great time to get a second goal.
Well, we've got the height, haven't we? We've got the height in there.
Yep. He's laughing at the Sunderland fans, giving them pelters. And there's two Sunderland fans there. Look like they've Bulldogs chewing nettles is a fair word to say there. Giving them
Hippos licking piss off a thistle.
5 minutes to go to half-time. Newcastle 1-0 up and have a free kick in a very, very good position here. And Trippier will whip this in towards, I would presume, the 6-yard box. In it comes. It's a good one, and it's flicked away, and that will be a corner. I thought the way the players were walking out there, I thought that was going to be a goal kick, but Ballard managed to get the header away. I mean, he's been involved in a lot of stuff in this first half, Ballard.
Climbing all over the back of Joe Linton to do it as well, by the way.
Yeah. Trippier makes his way across to the other side now, and again, just miles at the sun. Of course he is. Look, he's put the ball for the corner just to wipe the fans. That's superb, that. And he's telling the Sunderland fans to calm down as well. That is shithousery at its finest. Trippier's corner, headed away by Sunderland. Isak is back there to get the ball, plays a lovely ball back to Gordon. Gordon swings a right foot ball towards the penalty area again. Dan Burn underneath this has his shirt pulled. Miggy gets ahead to Cher, back down to Miggy. Cher, Burn heads towards the byline again. Oh, Brazilian play by Burn. Actually kicked it out to play for a corner, for a goal kick. That was brilliant from Trippier, guys. Absolutely superb. Knew exactly what he was doing, telling the Sunderland fans to calm down.
He knew he was going to do it beforehand because he smirked as he was walking to the corner flag. It was prepared.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant.
That's what you get from an experienced player who's played in World Cups and Champions Leagues. He knows what he can do.
He's played in the Madrid derby, the London derby. He's played in quite a few intense derbies.
There'll be no jelly legs from Kieran Trippier today, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. To be honest, there's been no jelly legs from any of the Newcastle players today. I mean, they've been up for it. We've seen that desire back, which is nice. Blake Talker, thank you for your super chat with a simple code. How are the lads?
God, that poor.
Here is Joe Linton. Anthony Gordon down the left in acres of space. It's a great ball. Just slightly overhit by Joe Linton for Gordon, but he gets there. Down by the left-hand side. Cuts inside into the penalty area. Lays it back now to Longstaff. Longstaff to Bruno. Kind of took it away from Trippier. I think Trippier was expecting that ball.
Great
Trippier
ball,
then
that is.
floated towards Gordon, headed away again. And an offside, I think, has been called on either an offside or a foul on O'Nien. But Sunderland have a free kick in their penalty area.
It's a foul.
I mean, I'm going to be blatantly honest here. Sunderland are garbage, guys. They are absolutely garbage.
Maybe not the time to be doing that.
No, I am, Billy. I said it before the game. They are garbage. Nothing's changed in my mind.
Haven't shown much, to be honest.
I know we're trying to be positive because we're winning, but I'm really not impressed with Sean again today. He's been losing everything in the air. He's wasteful.
Oh, that's a dive, referee. Ballard's just dived over Isak and lost the ball, and we've been given... Oh, that's shocking again from Pawson. Yeah, Alex, I totally agree with you. I think he's been the weakest player on the pitch.
I mean, chance-wise, yeah. But I think apart from that, I think he's played pretty well. I'll be honest.
Well, he's lost everything duel-wise, apart from the one that wasn't given as a foul that probably should have been. Yeah. He's not won anything, really.
He was on the ball to Joe Linton. Bruno. Joe Linton, great strength from the Brazilian. Sunderland wanted a free kick. That is strength. Oh, Gordon just couldn't play it into Isak. Ballard steps up and manages to get it to Clark, who's gone all the way back to Patterson.
He doesn't know where to go, look.
Patterson doesn't know where to go. Good pressing by Miggy. Forced right back. Brilliant from Almiron, who's actually played well this afternoon. I've been quite happy with Miggy's performance today. But maybe it's his level. But dare I say it?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely better than a championship player. He's just... When he gets found out and when they mark that side, it's blatantly obvious. But against this level of opposition, he's more than good enough.
Sunderland throw. We're in the last minute of the first half, but just till we see how much injury time there is. Almiron to Trippier.
Oh, yes.
Lovely ball. What did Sean pull out of that for? Great header. Comes to Bruno now on the... He's about 25 yards out. Lays it to the left to Dan Byrne. Byrne's going to have to come back and does to Gordon. Gordon a bit of space to pick out a pass here. Uses Bruno. Bruno swings a right foot ball towards Almiron! Oh, that's not far away! What an effort from Miggy!
What a fantastic bit of football with them two then.
That was brilliant. Brilliant football from Newcastle. 3 minutes of injury time, guys. What a ball by Bruno. Miggy is onside. And I'll tell you what, he wasn't far away from finding the far corner.
Absolutely outstanding bit of play. It's hit his shin.
Kind of shinned it, yeah. He shinned it.
No one give Wayne Rooney shit for shinning that over and kick that day. So
yeah. Can Cavell, thank you for your super chat. Game on TV, listening to your commentary, love it. I think had he actually hit that with his laces, that probably would have nestled in the corner of the net. But we are just absolutely drubbing them here.
Look at Dan Byrne motoring on ahead.
I know. How many overlaps has he made in the first half? He is Bruno. Back to Gordon. To Bruno. To Botman. To Longstaff. Somehow Sean hangs onto the ball to Joe Linton. To Bruno. How is that not a foul, referee? Well, Sunderland lose it again. Brilliant work from Byrne to win it back. Anthony Gordon now. Good strength by him. Leaves it for Joe Linton. To Bruno on the centre spot. Out wide now for Almiron. Back to Trippier. Newcastle just slowing the pace down again. Yep, absolutely. And back to Fabian Schär now for Newcastle. Rolls it in to Bruno. Bruno outside of the boot to Botman. Newcastle just comfortably in possession here. Up to Gordon. To Joe Linton. Again, just sticks that huge Brazilian ass out and rolls past Roussan and plays a lovely ball out to the right-hand side for Almiron. Almiron now. Here comes Almiron on the left-hand foot. He's almost side down, but Isak holds onto the ball. Chris Butcher, thank you for your super chat. It's his level had me laughing. Another Paul classic. Thank you. Here's Bruno. Newcastle just completely dominant, but Bruno kicks it out because we've got an injury, and I think it's Joe Linton, and he's holding his thigh. Now, I'm not sure whether this is an impact or whether it's a muscle pull.
No, it doesn't look good, does he?
No, he looks in a bit of distress here.
It's fine. We can hold on to half-time, and then we'll reassess it.
Yep.
We wanted a free kick, didn't he? Because he was side down, like you said, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely he was.
Oh, they can't get near Bruno, can they? It's funny.
Well, no, but look at this. No, we're not going to see it, but I mean, I don't think he was. Was he tackled there? We didn't
Pushed.
see it.
He was pushed there, but I think the actual injury happened after that, didn't it?
Yeah, I think this is a muscle pull, Billy. And of course, he's had groin problems, thigh problems before.
Yeah, I think he's still, if anything, but I mean, his physicality in the first half has been, key for the way we've dominated the game, I think.
Yeah, he's had a very, very good game. He's on his feet anyway.
Well, at least we've got a midfielder on the bench for a change. So,
yeah.
Although ideally, I'd have liked to have seen Marley on for Longstaff at some point in the second half, but that might not be an option. Depends what's wrong with Joe.
Look at the Sunderland. Look at them giving Joe. Some of them giving Joe Linton grief. Aye, how can you, man? When you've played so shite.
I mean, 1-0's flattered them. I mean, look at that fucking idiot behind. Look,
I know.
Christ.
It has flattered them. It should be a lot more here. Now, that's the only thing about this. Is he just? Well, he's. I tell you what, his English isn't bad because I can lip read that perfectly.
Yeah, I did. I think we're playing for half time now. But look at it.
Yeah, back underway. We've had 4 minutes of added on of the 3 that we're supposed to beat. But obviously that little Joe Linton injury. In goes Anthony Gordon, played away. Botman heads it clear. Joe Linton's still waiting to come on. Finally gets. And well, the linesman's now decided there's an offside, so he's pulled play back. How late was that flag for offside? I mean, everybody went to go to take the throw in, and then the linesman decides he's putting his flag up. Unreal.
That should be about it, surely.
You would imagine, yeah. There is the halftime whistle. I don't think that, well, apart from maybe getting a couple more goals, I don't think that first half could have gone any better, Billy.
No, it's been an outstanding first half. Took control of the game from minute 1 to minute 45.
Yeah.
They've shown no threat to us whatsoever. We should have maybe scored more than the one. We had 2 or 3 good chances to score apart from the goal we scored.
Yeah.
Which they, of course, scored for us. So, yeah, a bit more clinical in front of goal. As Alex said before the game, we need to be a bit more clinical. And once that happens, I think we'll get 2 or 3 more in the second half, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Especially attacking towards our fans. The game is there for the taking. Kelvin, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much for signing up and welcome to the family. Alex, do you want to sum that first half up from your point of view?
Dominant.
Yeah.
Just dominant. I mean, so statistics for half-time, 72% possession. Shocking from them. They've had 1 shot, which was their 40-yard attempt very early doors. I think there was maybe they've been told to try and test Dubravka early. 40-yard pop that got blocked. So it's their only registered shot. We've had 6 total shots, 2 on target with a big chance. 89% passing accuracy. They've only had 92 passes. Sunderland have. They've barely touched the ball. 8 fouls committed. We've committed 5. Ideally, they should have had a few more yellow cards for some of their nonsense, though. 2 corners to 0. Yeah, it's just full dominance. I mean, the scoreline kind of flatters them. Really, we should have done a little bit more with the possession. But
a lot of people are saying in the chat, Alex. When is Sunderland turning up? Sunderland just they haven't. I mean, we played very well, but I think the Sunderland fans are going to be very disappointed with the way they've responded because even when they went a goal down, we didn't see any real fight. They put some late tackles in. They tried to rough us up a little bit, but their football has been awful.
I think there was a massive overhype and over flattering of how good they are as a team. I understand that we lost against Luton recently, but I think that was Luton playing at their highest level after some decent experience in the Premier League with players like smatterings of sort of Townsend and Barkley here and there. With Sunderland, they are a championship side. They are a better championship side, but Bellingham's tried to man mark Bruno. It's not worked. He's not gotten near him. They're not able to take us off midfield. I mean, the only time they're really getting any of the ball is maybe when Longstaff loses an aerial duel, or a few of the players have been quite tidy with it, which is what we talked about. And they need a bit more. The quality, there is a quality gap. The only way that they will bridge that gap is with intensity, desire, physicality that they're not showing. You can't just go in and foul. You have to go and win the ball. We've played teams that are better than us technically this year, and we've beaten them in PSG, teams of that nature. We've beaten Man City. Like if you're playing a team who is better than you and there's a technical depth, you can overcome that with intensity and desire and physicality. They're not showing any of that. If they want to get back into this game, they need to be better. They need to be more aggressive. They need to understand what game this is. And if they don't, it's absolutely fine. We'll just go and take it, guys. We'll take the win.
Flair Boy, thanks for your super chat. He says, good half from the lads. Hope Joe can get back on. I've just seen a comment there saying the only worrying thing is the goals come from an own goal and we haven't actually scored ourselves. To be honest, I think Billy, in fairness, Isak would have had a tap in. Ballard had to do something, and he had to get something on the ball. But fortunately for us, it flew into the net. But Isak would have had the tap in.
Absolutely, and we should have had a penalty before that. So I mean, we have cut them apart a few times. Not many saves for the keeper to make. We had the Miguel on volley that went just past the post, so he wasn't getting near.
Longstaff's had a couple of opportunities.
He's had a couple of opportunities.
Done better.
He's been the wrong bloke at the wrong time, hasn't he? But I've been quite pleased with Sean Longstaff's performance. I think he's shown the physicality and energy that we haven't seen from him in a few weeks, and all he needs now is a bit more technicality to go with it, and I think he'll be okay.
Yeah. Nick, thank you for your super chat. He says Longstaff needs to be replaced with Miley ASAP. Interesting. Look, I'm not particularly disappointed with anyone. I think Isak, I want to see Isak do a bit more. He started towards the end of that first half to link up play with Gordon again. There's just something missing from Isak. And I think hopefully he'll go in the second half and bag a brace or something.
Well,
and
he needs a little bit more service. He's had 15 touches of the ball so far. 1 out of 4 ground duels is on him. But he's been solid. There's a few spins he's tried. He's trying to drive into space. He's doing all right. But again, 15 touches of the ball. We just miss. We don't have anybody that links up with him anymore. We used to have Maxi would link up with him, and when Willock was available, Willock would also do a lot of link up play with him, 1-2s driving together. Nobody does that with Isak anymore. I think Anderson used to try it a little bit. Obviously, he's been out for a little while now, but we've not got anybody who is a ball progressor. I mean, Joe Linton to a point, he did show that with his left wing run, but it's a little bit wider. He doesn't link up centrally with Isak, and we've got nobody. We need a player to do that. So until somebody comes back who is of that profile, Isak's just going to have to do what he's doing at the moment, because unless we provide him a bit more of the ball, but then he's going to have to turn up more physically and win a few more duels, which is tough for him.
Interestingly, a lot of the chat are agreeing with Billy's view of Longstaff. So interesting, seeing different views.
Some are.
But it's one of those where we know he's good enough to get into those positions, which is great. He's doing half of it. But he's not good enough to do the second half of it most of the time. And it's annoying because again, I've said it before, he reminds me of Dwight Gale. He's got he's nearly there. He's nearly exactly what he needs to be, but not quite. Maybe he can find it, maybe not.
Just seeing the goal again, it was a lovely move, and I mean, Ballard, to be fair to him, he had to try and get the ball away because he knew Isak was behind him, and to be fair, it was a brilliant ball in from Joe Linton. Isak would have had a tap in had Ballard not got something on it anyway. But it's very interesting to me because I think we now need to stamp more authority and get some goals. And I think that's all I want to see in the second half now. I just want to see some goals because they're there for the taking. And, we are by far, the golfing class is there for everyone to see on that football field. Massively there for everybody to see.
I just think we need to, just the first 10 minutes of the second half, do exactly what we did the first, calm it all down and then get stuck into them, attack them. And I think we'll score more goals than we really do.
Yeah. They're now obviously talking on the TV about Longstaff's chances. Just seen that one at the near post, the header there. I'm still not sure what the Sunderland goalkeeper was trying to do there. Chesting it down as if he was sort of playing
as a weird save, wasn't it?
I mean, I think that's a good header. I think that's to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think seeing it again, I don't. He probably couldn't have done much better than that. Just seeing this one where he sort of goes to the near post and he shins it.
It's a great run, but like you say,
the more irritating one for me was the one he skied over the bar
distance,
when Isak was waiting. So you either keep it down or you pass it to your 9. You don't sky it into Rose Ed. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, but what we do have to be aware of, guys, is it's still just 1-0, and
there's that penalty again now.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could have given a free kick there and a penalty there. The free kick for grabbing the shirt and the penalty for throwing him to the floor.
That's a penalty all day long.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But we know, guys, 1-0 is not a great score for us. We really need to get another goal because, like you say, we could be dominating for 89 minutes. Sunderland have one chance and get an equaliser. That's the way football goes sometimes. So that's why I want more goals.
Yeah, we need to, we capitalise on it. We've been that dominant. One goal isn't really the gap that should be there, but one or two saying, one or two more goals second half, and I think that's how it's going to be. I think we'll take control again. They'll probably bring subs on to try and physically it up a little bit, but I think the quality's there for us. The class is there, and I think it will show further in the second half.
Yeah. Well, 25th of May is the cup final date. Will we be there? I mean, look, I'd love to have another go at Wembley, and especially the FA Cup this time would be absolutely fantastic. But I mean, Joe Linton there was at the halftime whistle. Alex, he was sort of limping, and then got halfway across the pitch and started jogging off. So
I think we'll probably see him re-emerge for the second half. I'd imagine he's got 15 minutes with the physios, so he'll be all right. A few people asking for the XG of Longstaff. Well, he's had 3 chances himself on his own, and they were a total of 0.1. So he had 0.56 XG just from Longstaff on his own. You've got to remember, though, for all of the data you're being shown by ITV, just remember that own goal is not going to give us any XG. It's not going to count as a shot. It's not going to count as a shot on target. So it's a little bit deceiving there, because if it drops to Isak, we get the credit of a shot, of potentially a goal, and other things in the breakdown. So you've got to realise that the own goal is not really giving us any credit statistically. So when it probably should.
What is the team XG, Alex?
It is 0.74. So we're good for a goal. On paper, this is what it generally should be. We deserve a goal based on the chances we've created. Their XG is 0.01 because they had a 40-yard shot that was blocked, and that's it. So they don't deserve anything. So it's round about where it should be, to be honest.
Yeah. John Blogg says, do Sunderland players know it's a derby? Well, I mean, they're being outclassed at the minute. But there is, look, we've got to be careful because there is another 45 to go. We know how some games have gone this season. It's a little bit of a worry when we're just one goal up. That's why I want us to go and get a few more. And absolutely,
but they don't actually seem up for it. There's no kind of heart, desire, physicality, all the things they need to put into the show, to the game, to get a result out of it. Because quality-wise, they're never going to outplay us, are they?
Yeah, Andy Magpie says, Waddle says Isak should have done better and it wasn't a penalty. I mean...
Waddle's a mackerel.
If there's no shirt pull, I would agree. Because then it's just 2 people battling side by side. Fine. But the fact you tugged in somebody's shirt...
I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but did Isak lack a bit of pace when he burst through there?
Well, Ballard's very quick or Isak's very slow, or it's halfway in between. I mean, I think so. I think he should have been away, to be honest.
It's the jostling that slows you down. It's if there's no contact, then Isak obviously pulls away. But it's 2024. You pull somebody's shirt. It wasn't like a tug either. You go look at the replay. He's got a clenched fist dragging him down like that. That's it's the shirt pull that makes it a pen. People saying Isak's weak. You try somebody yanking your shirt to the floor and see what happens. Given
the penalties we had given against us on Monday, it's a penalty all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, look, Slothy Vlog says Isak looks off the pace. The only player who's been a letdown in the first half. I mean, he hasn't had a great deal of service, although, Isak looks like this kind of player, guys, that will go through, he's either brilliant or he's just not involved.
We need to get him more in the game, I think if he needs to come deep and someone go past him, do it that way. But when he's had the ball at his feet, he's looked pretty good, I think.
And of course, Sunderland for me should have been down to 10 men for that Jack Clark challenge. I don't see how Calvert-Lewin gets sent off on Friday night or Thursday night, whenever it was. And that one isn't even a booking. It's astounding.
So it was an amazing decision, wasn't it? Craig Pawson usually quite likes to get the red card or yellow card out. He did neither for that, which amazes me. It really does. He's let a lot go, actually.
Yeah. Do you think there's a red, Alex?
I'm going to say no for that one. I feel like people are entitled to go up and try and block the ball as it's being kicked away. So I don't think it's a red, but I think it is a foul and probably a yellow because of the way he's gone in. But again, how are you supposed to? If you put yourself in your position, how are you supposed to go and try and block it? If you got to point your toe out like a ballet dancer, like how are you supposed to block it without having your boot in that way? It's kind of tricky. So I think it is a foul. possibly a yellow, but I think a red would have been a bit harsh, and I'd have been frustrated if we'd have had someone sent off in that manner.
I mean, some might say that the Pawson himself has let the game go because he knows it's a derby, and he's not, he knows the rivalry and things like that. Maybe he's not shown yellow cards when in the Premier League, maybe it is a yellow card, but because it's a derby, he's letting things go a little bit.
Potentially. Yeah, I'd say that was probably the reason, but you never know with Pawson. He's different referee from one day to the next, isn't it?
But this has been shown to be true many times because we've had transcripts and conversations released to the general public, and we've literally listened to conversations between VAR, fourth officials, referees, where they've said, "Oh, we got this wrong, so let's let that one go," and they have previous decisions on their mind. It is a thing; it has happened, and they've been told off for it. So there's no reason why this hasn't happened in this game. It is, again, it's poor. It's a poor level of refereeing today. We're winning, but we still need to make sure we're consistent. We don't want to be like Arsenal fans and only whinge when something's gone wrong. We're winning. We still need to say, right, the level today's not been very good refereeing-wise at all for both sides. He's made bad decisions on both sides. It's just not good enough.
Well, Newcastle are ready to come back out for the second half. We're just seeing pictures of
there as well.
Well, Joe's there as well, yeah. So I don't think there'll be any need to change. Jason Tyndall's just having a quick word with him. But look, I think Eddie Howe will be pretty pleased with the first half. I think there's definitely things that can be better. But I don't want us just to be hanging on to a 1-0 lead. I think we can go and absolutely bury these. If we get one first 10 minutes of the half, Billy, I think we'll absolutely maul them after that.
And that should be the aim, shouldn't it? I mean, the aim should be to go out there and absolutely embarrass them in front of their own fans. You know, it's something we can talk about for the next 20 years. Not like with the 6 in a row. That should be the aim.
Shove the 6 in a row down the throats. Absolutely.
I'd be amazed if Sunderland don't come out and be a bit more physical second. The referee's letting them get away with stuff, so I'm amazed they haven't gone down that road already. But I think they will second half, if I'm perfectly honest.
Guys, please do keep subscribing. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, click the bottom right-hand corner on the logo, click subscribe, and come be part of this incredible community. We're currently standing at 26,491. So we want to try and get well over 26,500 by the end of the stream as we push towards 27. So please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Live shows nearly every day of the week. We've got recorded shows, obviously match day lives, everything like that for you. So loads of stuff right here on the Toon Review. So please do come and subscribe. Keep hitting the like button for us, guys, because that really does help us stay in the search results on YouTube, so the fellow fans like yourselves can find the channel and come and subscribe. And please do super chat if you want to donate to the channel. And if you do that, you're guaranteed to get your comment read out as well. So Newcastle have taken to the field. Joe Linton has sprinted on there and is saying his daily prayers. So he will start the second half. Sunderland fans do look a little bit unhappy, fair to say, but I don't think they'll be very happy with their first half performance. I think, Alex, lackluster is the word for Sunderland's performance in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to.
Or are they just not? Or are they just not good enough?
Look, I don't want to praise them, but I was expecting more. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I'm a big football fan in general, and I wanted to see what maybe Job was made of. I was expecting to see a bit more, electricity from Clark, and it's kind of not happened. I mean, they might give us something in the second half. I'd rather it be a bit more of a game than it is. I understand the scoreline is still in the balance.
Surely they have to take a chance and go at us a little bit in this second half. They've got nothing to lose at the end of the day.
Of course. So I'm sure their fans must be frustrated with the energy given. Again, especially with Job, with the reputation and the brother and all the hype they've put into this game. Maybe they've been overhyped.
Absolutely. We're ready to go. Newcastle will be kicking right to left towards the 6,000 Geordies. We're underway for the second half. And immediately the ball is with Trippier on the halfway line. Curls one over towards Almiron, who's offside. So Sunderland will get an early free kick.
Miggy offside? Never.
I know, it's a shocking stat.
To be fair, he's not offside as often anymore. He used to be constantly offside.
Not to be fair, he's not that far offside there on the replay. I mean, he tried to bend his run. I think he's just a couple of inches off. But again, great pressing. Miggy's won the ball. It's Isak. It's 2-0. Alexander Isak It's 2-0 to Sunderland. Stick that up your mac and backsides. Billy, and brilliant from Almiron.
That's the benefit of a good press, isn't it? Almiron, energy there, took it off the centre half. Poor from him. Cold, calm, calculated finish means that what we're used to. Yeah, really poor goal from Sunderland, but a fantastic one for us. 2 out.
I mean, Isak's finish.
Oh, it's an unbelievable
just
finish.
Brilliant finish, really. I mean, bloody hell. That was unbelievable, Alex.
Yeah, great. I mean, super naive from Sunderland there. They know, I mean, the guys, the fullbacks knows he's done wrong there. You don't mess with Miggy's press. We mock Miggy. Well, I say we mock. We've not been flattery to him recently, but we know his press is there. His press has always been great. Yeah. You don't dawdle on the ball. It was a selfless pass and a good goal from Isak.
Alex.
Oh, is he? Oh, God.
Yeah, Miley's replaced him. I know, thank you for your super chat. Howie, man, get in. Miley has replaced Joe Litton, who clearly has a thigh problem.
Concerning for next week, isn't it? But
yeah,
I mean, maybe the extra goal's given us the room to do that. But I mean, I think we want more.
Look at Miggy's going pelting after Patterson again. Burn with a header now. I mean, that will have knocked the stuffing right out of Sunderland.
Left-footed strike into the side netting as well. He is clinical when you give him a chance, Isak.
I mean, the Sunderland defender thought he was just going to roll it in there, didn't he? And Isak said, "Well, you're going that way, Sunshine. I'll go top bins." Thank you very much, Samsonite, for another gifted membership. Very kind, buddy. I mean, Sunderland, they'll have come out trying to maybe be fired up by the manager, and then they go and do that.
Well,
it just knocks the stuffing right out. Oh, shot comes in, and it was deflected, and Dubravka's had to save with his legs. It was a long shot which was deflected, and Sunderland's trying to get back in the game now. They've got to do something. And Pawson, you fell for that, Sunshine. That's a dive clearly by Hume, and it's a free kick to Sunderland in a very dangerous area here.
I can only assume that Bill's game plan was the fact that he thinks we're going to run out of steam and try and stay in it as long as he can. The higher energy levels late in the game. Yeah, but, I mean, it hasn't worked like that. But since we've scored a second, we've given the ball away a couple of times in a dodgy situation. So.
Well, it was a left foot shot which deflected off Botman, and Dubravka had to readjust himself very quickly and save with his feet. That's a very good save.
Brilliant save.
Well, it's what they tried early doors in the first half. No surprise they've tried it again in the second with a long shot.
Yep. And it'll be Sunderland's free kick, and it's Pritchard to take it. Newcastle trying to keep that line.
Well, there's 2 standing offside. If we just step out one, they're going to catch them all offside, surely.
Well, yeah.
Not coming onside now.
I'll tell you what,
Eddie Howe's, go on, Alex.
Eddie Howe's definitely found a new pack of Duracells in the top drawer because Miggy's got a lot more energy than I've seen in about 5 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the fact we've had the ball more, Alex. So you don't lose as much energy with the ball at your feet than what you do chasing it all day. Well, I think that's got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, that'll definitely be part of it as well, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, that Sunderland attack came from Longstaff losing the ball. Poorly losing the ball. And a lot of people have picked that up in the chat. Dylan, thank you for your super chat. He says, unreal game, unreal commentary as per How are the Mags? George, thank you for your super chat as well. Big smiles all round. Absolutely. Absolutely. Miley thumps a ball into the air across looking for a Gordon. Gordon brings it down and rolls it back to Dan Byrne now. Byrne brings it forward. Byrne over the halfway line now. Rolls it to Gordon. Gordon now inside the Sunderland area. Plays it to Miley. Miley to Byrne. And Byrne wins the free kick. I think Dan Byrne's played okay today, actually.
He's been very good, yeah.
He's been very good on the overlapping and things. I think he made, he was done for pace once in the first half, but actually, still won the ball. Gordon. That's not a good pass from Gordon. Trippier's very late with a tackle there, but Pawson says he won the ball. And what's Pawson? As Pawson, he's given the free kick now. He didn't give it.
That's shocking refereeing.
Wow! I mean, it was a foul. There's no doubt in my eyes it was a foul. Trippier was nowhere near the ball.
It was a terrible foul, in fact.
But Pawson waved to play on. He actually pointed at the ball and then he's brought it back. Hey, he's terrible, him, lad.
Unless he had a whisper from the linesman, but
the linesman flag should go up there, shouldn't it?
It should, yeah.
Wow. I mean, dear me.
And for people saying that they're a championship side, it's an expectation. No, I don't think Sunderland are miles away from what Luton are right now. And we lost to Luton. So I'm not taking that as an excuse.
But this was always going to happen, though, wasn't it? You know, people saying, oh, you know, I'm worried about Sunderland. Then when we're trouncing them like this, I mean, you know, people are going to come and say, oh, well, they're in the championship anyway, you know. And that's what the Sunderland fans will probably say. Well, you know, you're in the Premier League, you got millions of money and all of this. Sunderland have been awful. I mean,
it's a cup tie away from home against the lower league opposition. You know, it's a great level of the FA Cup, and it's just certainly against local rivals.
But Sunderland have showed very little desire to get back to do anything in this game.
Brilliant.
Longstaff back to Trippier. Trippier on the halfway line, rolls it to Bruno. Bruno again sees a run of Miggy down the right-hand side. Miggy's onside there. It's a great run, and he takes it down well on his left foot. It turns now, rolls it to Kieran Trippier. Trippier got options here. Bruno just outside the penalty area. Longstaff thought he was offside, so he left the ball. Bruno has a little bit of a go at him there.
Was he offside? This is the question. Because if he wasn't, he's well offside.
Yeah, he's miles off. But Sunderland are still trying to play it out, and they're putting themselves in awful situations. Honestly, incredible. Now, but they're coming forward here on the left-hand side, over the halfway line. That ball is out of play. You know, the intent, I don't know what, you know, Ian Beale has said to these players. Look at Pickford! Oh, look at little arms! Oh, dear me!
I could wonder who gets his phone.
Oh, dear me. Poor little Picky. Honest to God. Dan Burn now to Anthony Gordon. Gordon brings it forward. Still in his own half. Cuts across. He's got acres of space on the right to find Trippier. There he is. Slightly behind Trippier, but he brings it down and moves it now over the halfway line. Trippier for Newcastle. Longstaff now. Back to Trippier. To Almiron. Longstaff on his bike down the right-hand side. And he will keep that in play. Sean Longstaff down by the corner flag now. Still fighting for the ball, and eventually, I mean, he wins Sunderland win a throw in, but there wasn't any creativity there. You've got to love that, Alex, seeing Pickford looking like that.
It is funny, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't look thrilled, does he? Well, did they just put 35 appearances there on him for Sunderland? Surely he's played more than that for them.
Well, it said it's 35 appearances, 2016-17, so...
It was only there for one season, wasn't he? They got relegated and he went.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not really much of a drum to bang there if he's not even really played for him.
Sunderland lose the ball again, and you just see some of the fans on the far side waving their arms in despair. Not very happy with that, but Newcastle have the ball again with Gordon now. Gordon looking to pick a run out, try to slide it in towards Isak, comes to Longstaff, plays it to Bruno. Bruno now across to Miggy on the right-hand side. Again, the overlap from Trippier. Trippier, the overlap. Ball across. And this time, Ballard makes sure it doesn't go in his own net. And it's a corner to Newcastle United, who are in total control of this football match right now.
If it wasn't for Ballard, I think it'd be 4 or 5. This, he scored an own goal.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Billy. I've been quite impressed with him.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with him too. He's been the only one that showed any kind of heart at all, hasn't he, really?
Yep, absolutely. Trippier will take the corner for Newcastle. And in it comes. It's a poor one again, though. But a terrible header by Bellingham. But Sunderland get away with that. It was an awful header. But Newcastle back again now with Botman down the right-hand side. Botman to Trippier. Miggy to... Oh, lovely football from Newcastle. But again, Miggy can't swing the first time ball in because he's got no right foot. Oh, brilliant football. It's Gordon. Oh, he's just took too much of a heavy touch. And it's blocked by... Look at Bruno.
That's not the actions of a player that's going to PSG, folks.
Absolutely not. That was superb. Brilliant. Look at him. Oh, my God. It's as if he scored. The fans are loving it. Honestly, you're right, Billy. That's not a player who's leaving the football club. Dear God. That's fantastic. Here's Miley for Newcastle. Across to Dan Byrne now bringing it forward again. Byrne launching himself forward. Out to Gordon. Gordon inside to Isak. Back to Byrne. Byrne back to Bruno. Bruno swings what a ball that is across the Trippier on the right-hand side. And the class is just unbelievable here. He is Longstaff. Longstaff. And I think that's a corner. It is indeed. I thought it was actually a throw that, but a goal kick, but we'll take it.
Ballard's the only one doing any defending again. He's the only one. The rest are standing around watching it, admiring it, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah. It was.
No.
It was a corner. It hit Longstaff and then went off Ballard again. So good decision. I want to see a better corner this time from Trippier. That last one was awful.
Yeah, so he needs to clear the first man, doesn't he? Because he's got a lot of height in that 6-yard box. Ready to
absolutely. Pounce. In it comes from Trippier. A very high one. Miley at the back post here. Lets it bounce. Takes it down. Lewis Miley now to the corner flag. Left-footed cross into the box. Finds Bruno. Lovely move by Isak. Good defending again.
Good tackle, that one.
Yeah, Hume, I think, was the man who got the tackle in on Isak. Gordon comes charging in at him, and then comes Dan Byrne, and that'll go out for a goal kick to Sunderland. It's complete dominance here, guys.
Yeah, nothing's changed, has it? Even despite going 2 down, with a better side by a country mile, and we're keeping the ball, possession dominating, and looking threatening in good areas as well. So,
I tell you, still 72% possession, so we've got all of the ball.
Guys, please do keep subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner, if you're new to the channel, come and join this wonderful community on the Toon Review. I'll tell you what, guys, Bruno's been absolutely magnificent in this game.
He's dominating the game, isn't he? He's just controlling it.
His passing he's been superb. Absolutely superb. And, we're sitting back here enjoying the smashing Sunderland. It doesn't get better than this. Here's Miggy. Poor touch by him, though, and Sunderland come away with the ball. But look at Miggy's determination to get the ball back. Yeah. Now Pritchard in a bit of space for Sunderland. 30-odd yards out, and he's just over the bar. That dipped very late.
Yeah, it's the first time they've actually shown coming through the middle, isn't it? And
yeah.
This time there was no midfield cover. Pritchard let fly. No, I don't think
it just skimmed the top of the bar. That
Yeah, good effort. It is a good effort. Yeah, it did hit the top of the bar.
Yeah, it dipped very late over Dubravka's head. I think Dubravka had it covered, to be fair, but let's just what a ball that is by Shea out to Miley on the left-hand side. Calm as you like, Fabian Shea there.
We'll see why they don't press now. They pressed that time and got absolutely blown out the water with it.
Yep, he's Miley. Crunching tackle by Unai, and he's trying to
2-0 your plank.
He's trying to get his team going, to be fair. He is captain, and he's trying to get his team going. That was as strong a tackle as you're going to see. It was a fair tackle. But
they've got to do something to drag themselves back into this game because they're getting absolutely destroyed. I'll tell you what, this is just really hammering home that we need a defensive midfielder, because watching Bruno play in the final third of the pitch, just zinging passes around, he needs to be an attacking midfielder. We need somebody to come in to release him because he's so wasted.
Absolutely. Bruno plays a nice ball out to Almiron on the right. Back to Bruno, who just seems to want the ball all the time at the minute. And he lays it back to Botman. Oh, that's a poor ball, actually, but Botman did well to get there. Slightly underhit pass.
They are starting to press a little bit more now, actually.
Well, I don't think they've got a choice, have they? They've got to do something. But that might open things up for us up the top end of the pitch. Dubravka slides it into Longstaff now. Longstaff
fantastically.
Longstaff turns, rolls it into Almiron. Almiron back to Fabian Shea on Sunderland press. Newcastle play the way out with Isak again. That's lovely football from Newcastle. And now Isak. Oh, do you know what? There's just, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't. Just seems to be something missing from Isak's game.
Yeah,
I know he scored again today, but I don't know.
He's a wide forward.
Yeah. Newcastle get a throw in. Sunderland fans trying to give us, they've got no reason to give us any abuse there. That's not a foul by Dan Byrne. He's just using his strength there, to be fair. He didn't wrap his arms around him. And Pawson says throw in. And Pritchard's got a yellow card for dissent. So only the second yellow card of the Tyne-Wear derby. Both have gone to Sunderland. And Trippier wins another throw-in for Newcastle United. I mean, they've got no choice but to come at us now. They've got to try something different. What a touch by Bruno. Oh, that's crap from Longstaff again, though, to lose the ball. And Pritchard's got it now. And again, Sunderland getting attacked through a Longstaff mistake. But luckily, nothing comes of it. They've had to play it back. But he's got to be better there.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I don't like when we have Miley and Longstaff on at the same time. It's
No,
not functional as a midfield.
Yeah.
You need Miley's absolutely fine, but he needs two more. You just can't have them two at the same time. There's deficiencies there, and it's just there's more space.
Patterson has the ball at the moment for Sunderland, plays it long, and Pritchard in
No one
acres
there.
of space.
Yeah.
Acres of space, and brings it forward for Sunderland. They've got men over here. Hume on the right-hand side.
Longstaff.
And Longstaff gets the ball. Pritchard furious with Hume for not getting him the ball there. A really simple pass. Longstaff managed to stick out a foot and win the ball. 62 minutes gone in the game. It's Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 2. It's been probably the easiest North East derby that Newcastle United have had in a very long time.
Merest signs that we are getting a little bit leggy at the minute.
Yeah, just maybe took our foot off the gas a little bit. As Hume now has the ball. Sunderland certainly seeing a bit more of the ball now.
They're finding space, aren't they?
Well, ever since Joe Linton's gone off. I mean, Bellingham goes down, free kick to Sunderland. I think he went down very, very easily there. But we just look a bit disjointed in midfield, guys. I don't know about you since Joe Linton's gone off. And Alex, you were making that point.
I mean, they're knocking it into the number 10 role. There's just no one there. Bruno needs to be more rigid. You know, Bruno's having words with Dubravka. Dubravka's telling people off. There's that hole's right there again. It's just appeared. Bruno needs to start sitting back because there's far too much space that's being exploited. Unless maybe a personnel change, bring Tino on, alter the shape slightly. But that space, there's half an hour to go. We need to plug that right now.
Well, some have just kicked it straight out of play there, so that lets us off on that attack. But Pritchard's seen a lot of space in midfield. And he seems, you know, it's Pritchard that seems to be the engine room for Sunderland at the moment rather than Bellingham.
Yeah, I agree. Bellingham's been very, very quiet, hasn't he?
So far he has, yeah, but we just need to just be a bit sharper here because, you know, I mean, that just proves to me how important Joe Linton is in the middle of the park. You know, I mean, normally we'd have a Toon Army there as well, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case till next season, is it? So
it's not necessarily that it's Joe Linton. It's that Miley and Longstaff profile in a certain way, and we're just missing. And Bruno, as we mentioned 10 minutes ago, he likes to go forward. He's a great attacking midfielder. So we need Bruno to just park that now. I know he's having fun, but doesn't matter. He needs to park in front of that back four and do his role and not wander off because there's space.
Mm-hmm. Long ball forward to Isak, but over the head. Isak complained he was held back by Unai in there. Ballard to Hume. He's going to have to go back to Patterson here. Anthony Gordon gives chase. And Unai now has Miggy to deal with, but plays it out and only finds Trippier. Trippier now back to Botman. Botman to Miley. Miley spins on the halfway line to Bruno. Bruno back to Botman. Botman again. Back to Dubravka. Dubravka has Fabian shared, doesn't use him. Straight down the middle to Bruno, who's got space to turn now and bring it forward for Newcastle. Bruno, long ball, looking for Anthony Gordon over the top. And again, I mean, look at Gordon's shirt getting ripped. And now we see a bit of trouble. Ballard coming in. Isak comes in on Ballard. And all hanky-panky going on in there. Handbags being shown. Isak trying to get between the two.
Well, the ref should be giving us a free kick for that because Gordon had no chance of getting the ball. He had his shirt ripped off him.
And Gordon's shirt is ripped.
Wrong, actually. I'm not sure Gordon actually did anything wrong.
Gordon was frustrated because he was getting his shirt pulled. But there is going to be... he's got his yellow card out here.
He's going to give it to Gordon. I don't know why. I don't think he's done anything wrong. It's because it's Anthony Gordon, I guess.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, that was a little bit spicy. We've just seen it again now. I mean, to be fair, I mean,
he's done nothing wrong.
That's ridiculous. Shocking refereeing. 2-0 up, and we've got to call it out. Terrible
to be fair,
refereeing.
that's just two players fighting for the ball. I mean, Gordon there at the end tries to throw him to the floor, but look at that! I mean, the shirt pulling. Eric, thank you for your super chat. He says, Longstaff brings nothing offensively. Why can't he drop back and work hard for us today? He is the standard of a championship starter, not the Premier.
I mean, no, he's not. He was part of the start 11 that put 4 past PSG. So he's not.
Bruno.
He's not bad, but yeah, we could do with him being a bit more defensively rigid and doing a slightly different role.
Yep, here is Longstaff inside to Almiron. What a ball that was by Bruno out to Trippier, by the way. Dan Burn uses his 9-foot-long legs to keep that in play.
Poor
That's
from
not
Miley.
the best
Very
pass.
poor.
Well, I think he thought...
Even poor from him, though.
That's shocking from Bellingham, that. Absolutely shocking. But I think, to be fair to Miley, he thought Dan Burn was still there, Billy, but Dan Burn has suddenly made a run forward.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. Here is Dan Burn again. Down the line for Anthony Gordon. Throw into Newcastle. And there is the Sunderland owner who has come out in nursery for this game.
looks like a young Elton John.
Well, he's seen his side getting a lesson here, but it's still 2-0.
Weak Zach.
Share makes sure he wins that ball. Now Almiron, good turn, lays it into Miley. Miley to Bruno. Bruno has Trippier out on the right-hand side, decides to use Longstaff. He's then got Trippier making an overlap. Here is Kieran Trippier. Acres of time to try and get a cross in. He doesn't. He waits. Bruno, he will cross it low into the box. Oh, it's a terrible clearance from Ballard. Oh, how did O'Nien block that?
He's got it right in the Gooders, I think.
To be fair to him, he's got straight back up. He got that one right in the face. Doesn't even know. He looks like he doesn't even know where he is. I think that was going in as well from Almiron. It's a brilliant block. I mean, just seeing this replay, how much he knew about it. To be fair, he did put his head in the way. That is an incredible block from O'Nien.
Oh, where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
Wow. I mean, that looked like it. Well, that should have been really 3-0 there.
Even better to score from this corner, just so it's a waste of time.
Yeah. In comes Trippier's corner.
Poor again.
Again, the near poor, but Bellingham again.
Touch.
And it comes to, Miley could have hit that and Sunderland get a break here. Clark. I don't think we've mentioned him in the second half, have we?
We've not mentioned him at all the whole game, really, have we?
No, apart from the foul on Botman. But Sunderland now bring it over the halfway line. Newcastle have players back, though.
We're really missing Joe's physicality, though. I do think that's for certain.
Yeah,
I don't think Morley's covered himself in much glory since to come on.
But there's Bruno back there defending and winning the ball.
Oh, not there, Bruno.
Yeah, he's taking his time. He gets it to Dan Burn. Burn down the line to Gordon. Gordon flicks to Miley. Miley to Bruno. This is brilliant from Newcastle. Now to Miggy. Miggy can go again out wide to Trippier. That's superb football from Newcastle. Trippier drives it forward now to Isak on the right-hand side. Alexander Isak. Oh, loses the ball, but comes to Miggy. And he gives it to Bruno. Bruno now. He's got a run from Miley and Dan Burn. Look at this from Dan Burn. Powering forward. And here is Bruno now. Bruno can send it into the box. He goes long for Almiron. But it's way too long for Almiron and out for a goal kick. Billy, the horse?
You're galloping forward there, wasn't he?
Oh, right, okay.
Stephen Merchant.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Oh, would you believe Manchester United are on telly tomorrow, guys?
Not on mine, they won't be.
No, Monday. It won't be mine. Oh, it is Monday, sorry, yes.
Go on, Wigan. I might have a steak and kidney pie to celebrate.
Foul by Isak on the right-hand side. I mean, if I was going to pick two players who I thought could have been better today, it's Longstaff and Isak. And I know Isak scored, but he really couldn't have missed, let's be fair. Again, he's just he
needs more of the ball. If he drops goes on the wing, he needs 5 or 10 minutes of touches on the ball, and then he plays himself into the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas at the moment, he needs a bit more of the ball.
Yeah. The ball is currently with Kieran Trippier. Rolls it into Bruno. Bruno's got Bellingham to deal with and deals with him well. Rolls it back to Martin Dubravka, who then goes out wide to Dan Burn. Burn brings it forward, lays it up to Gordon. Gordon in a little bit of space, closed down by Hume. And a good tackle there, but there's Bruno to win the ball back on. You have to be joking!
He's going to book him, isn't he?
He's booking Bruno. That's a terrible decision. He won the ball, man.
First foul of the game as well.
What is wrong with that?
Nothing.
He won the ball.
He's kicked onto him and he's gone down as if he's been kicked, and he ain't. Nonsense decision, Pawson.
That's shocking, that. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Absolute disgrace. Didn't even kick the player, he kicked the ball onto him. And that's just so bad from Pawson.
Hey, these referees, man. They're an absolute shambles. They really are. I've never seen such a poorer standard of referees of what we're seeing this year. It gradually gets worse every season.
He felt that was a yellow card. Yeah, he let Jack Clark get away with what he did.
Yeah. That's outrageous from Pawson.
That's Bruno's reputation that's done that. Great tackle.
Yeah. Bruno wins the ball back for Newcastle. Almiron.
In there. He was going to.
He was tempted, wasn't he? Ball all the way back with Patterson now. Plays it out wide. And that's a little trip by Miggy. But what have you stopped it for? Sunderland have got possession, man. Unbelievable. Pritchard now in a bit of space again. Looking for help. Gets it on the left-hand side from Clark. Clark running a Trippier. Trippier there to win it. And it's a goal kick to Newcastle. Clark is furious. Yes. I mean, Trippier was convinced it was a goal kick anyway. Oh, don't know.
It was.
Not sure from that camera angle. But it will be a goal kick. And we have just coming up to 73 minutes gone. Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 2. Please do keep subscribing, guys. Bottom right-hand corner. We've just hit 26,500. Thank you very much, guys. Let's see what we can finish the stream on. Yeah, that's not a good kick at all. And Sunderland back in possession now with Clark down the left-hand side. Running a Trippier, gets no joy out of him again. And the Sunderland fans screaming for a free kick. No, you mongs. That is just a good defender. Now the ball played out to the right, looking for the run of Isak, but O'Nien is there to get it back to Patterson. Patterson having a look. He's being pressed at the moment by both Gordon and Isak. Goes right long down the pitch. Burn is underneath this, but Rusan wins it and nods it down to Pritchard again. Pritchard running into the penalty area. Pritchard! Great save to his right from Dubravka. And that's poor from Trippier as well. Jack Clark wins it back for Sunderland. Clark going to Trippier, pushed over. Still wants a free kick. He's still got it. That's a foul by Trippier. And Sunderland get a free kick. We need to be careful here.
Yeah, I agree. We've definitely slackened off the pace. Not great.
I mean, it is. It's definitely a foul. I mean, but this one here, look at Rusan heads it down and we just back off. And it's a good attempt by Pritchard with the outside of his right foot. Yeah, but I mean, it's a good save by Dubravka as well because he pushes it away.
I mean, we're just trying to create attacks when we get the ball now. We need to retain the ball and just calm the game down, get control of the game. We don't have to ping it forward and score a third. We're 2-0 up. We just need to control it ourselves.
Definitely. We don't want to back into this game. If they score, in the next 5 minutes or so, it's a different game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you'll see us back into PSG mode, I think.
Well, God, surely not against Sunderland. Dear God.
Don't be surprised.
I mean, it's all gone wrong since Joe Linton went off. Well, not wrong, but, we've looked a bit suspect. And it comes. Isak heads it away. Pritchard again for Sunderland.
That's
good pressing by Miggy. Still in play, says the referee, but good work by Bruno.
Brilliant, Bruno.
Bruno's strength and quality. Free kick to Newcastle. Great stuff from Bruno. And Newcastle took the free kick quickly, but I don't think Pawson was ready. Bruno's still on the floor.
We could really do with a change or two, but I don't know who can bring on, to be honest.
Well, I mean, look, we've got. Well, who have we still got on the bench? I mean, we've got Livramento,
Kraft, Richie. That's about it, really. Unless we bring on Parkinson or something like that. It's not really needed.
No, to be fair,
Lewis Hall. Yeah.
I think, to be fair, Matt Ritchie could do something, to take in this kind of game.
Well, all we'd need is 15 minutes of energy. We don't need, they don't need to have the stamina for a full half. So even Ritchie can sprint for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's the right sub for the people who are flagging. I'm not sure he's the right sub to get control of the game.
That's play.
What a ball by Bruno. Miggy's on his bike and he will keep that in. Brilliant running from Miggy. Brilliant bit of play from Bruno as well. Back to Trippier. Trippier to Bruno. On the edge of the box now. Bruno. Isak. Isak out to Trippier. Trippier back to Longstaff. Longstaff. And now we'll go back to the halfway line again.
I don't mind that. I'll keep the ball.
Keep possession, yep. Miley now on the centre circle.
That's terrible.
That's terrible for Miley. Oh, my goodness. And Sunderland on the attack again with Clark. Clark pulling away. He's got a man to his right, but great defending, Dan Burn. Brilliant. And now Anthony Gordon, as the game is getting definitely stretched. Anthony Gordon pelters down the left-hand side. Oh, and he's wiped out by O'Nien. Cynical again.
Wanker.
Very cynical from O'Nien, and he is going to be booked. I mean, Gordon skipped around him. He was away, and O'Nien, well, I mean, he wasn't even looking at the ball, was he? He just takes him out the play.
He was shit. He's shit, isn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, look at that. That's as cynical as you get. That's something you see in the South American leagues, that is.
I mean, that is just bizarre. He's got no intent to get the ball. Charges into him, and thank you very much. We'll have a free kick. Good running that by Gordon. He skipped past him there quite easily.
He's been the biggest threat of the, certainly in the first half, all that down that left-hand side.
Yeah. I think Dan Burns had an excellent game this afternoon, lads. I really do. I think his defending's been brilliant. Keep subscribing, guys. Bottom right-hand corner, just click on the logo, click subscribe. Come and be part of this incredible community. And Trippier is going to hit an in-swinger here. Hopefully, I mean, his deliveries haven't been that great from set pieces this afternoon. He struggled to hit he struggled to clear the first man.
Look at the height difference between Burn and Ballard there. Unbelievable. He's ahead of him.
Yeah, which is why we should be doing better from free kicks and corners. I don't understand why we never do.
Completely agree.
And it comes, headed away again. Only as far as Anthony Gordon, who gets down the right-hand side. Oh. Gordon, not the best ball in. And Sunderland get the ball back now with Clark. Deep in his own half, though. Clark cuts in field. He's got nowhere to go here. Newcastle swamping them. But they do well to play it out, to be fair. And they've got it out to the left-hand side. Jack Clark again. But now they've lost it. Botman plays a lovely ball into Gordon. Gordon! Just wide!
Unlucky.
Yeah, he tried to go right across the goalkeeper, but I think the angle was it wasn't favouring him. I'm just trying to work out where Isak was here.
Yeah, could he have squared it for Isak? I don't think so.
No, Isak's not even in the box by the time Gordon gets the ball.
He's not even made an effort to get in there, has he?
Well, why?
Yeah.
He's been on his bike.
Well, he did win it again
by Gordon.
Winning the ball back in good areas again.
Yeah, Sunderland lose it. And it's Longstaff now on this left-hand side. And the throw into Newcastle. I mean, we could have scored. It should be 3 or 4 if we're honest, shouldn't it? I mean,
Jim Montgomery.
Yeah. Who is being treated for cancer at the moment at the Bobby Robson Foundation. So,
is he?
Yeah, we wish him well in his treatment.
Absolutely.
Tell you what, Callum has been a miss today, I think. I think Wilson would have been decent in this game. We could have done with somebody as a focal point up top, a little bit more physicality, and Isak playing out wide would have been a bit more useful.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Sunderland give it away, and Newcastle win another throw-in. Sunderland are trying to play it out, and I think that's frustrating the fans as well. They don't have the quality to play it out like we can, really. I mean, we've played it out quite well today from defense.
I don't know if Sunderland's got a big kind of tall centre forward on the bench, but that's what they need.
Yeah. Again, they're lucky to get away with that. Now Bellingham brings it forward for Sunderland. Hugh making a run from right back. Gets it just before the halfway line. But Newcastle get numbers back. Here's an iron. Long crossfield ball. It's a hell of a ball, that, but brilliantly defended by Trippier. That's where class comes in.
100%. It's been absolutely outstanding today, hasn't it? Apart from one little error.
Well, his set pieces have been poor, but his play has been very good, though. He's been very good on the ball and defensively wise as well.
Longstaff and Miley have swapped now in the middle of the park.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, Miley's struggled since he's come on, to be fair.
He has. Bruno again, brilliantly holds onto the ball, creates space for everybody. That's brilliant from Bruno. And now down the line to Almiron. Here we go again. Almiron back to Lewis Miley. Miley has Bruno inside of him. Bruno back to Miley. Miley back to Bruno. Bruno then to Trippier.
He's like a conductor of an orchestra, isn't
he? Just outstanding, man. Really is. Trippier back to Cher. Cher brings it forward. Cher into Isak, who manages to turn, and that's poor. Loses the ball. Siderita's celebrating being a member for 3 months. J7 has been a big loss for us in midfield. Longstaff has been okay, but not very clinical up front. It shows how much we need that DM in this window. And probably another striker. I mean, we've got to be looking at another striker, surely.
Well, it's a massive gamble if we don't.
Absolutely. To go the rest of the season with Isak and Wilson is a big mistake. But again, there's Bruno just breaking up the play and then starting another Newcastle United attack. Gordon inside to Longstaff. Longstaff to Gordon. Gordon to Bruno on the halfway line now. Bruno, lovely ball out to the right-hand side to Almiron. Almiron is absolutely lynched to the floor. And a free kick to Newcastle. Thoughts, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, we got a bit more control of the game now. It's what was needed. Bruno's calmed down a little bit. Is trying to dictate play. A little bit more physicality, playing carefully. It's what we needed. We needed to wrestle control of the game and stop making it end to end. And we've got that. We don't have to score a third. It would be lovely, but let's just make sure we don't concede a goal. And we've got control.
Yep. As we just saw, Bob Moncur sitting just next to Jim Montgomery. Sunderland and Newcastle legends.
Let's not forget, this isn't just a one-off derby game. This is also an FA Cup game, and we want to go to the next round and keep everybody fit and happy and not suspended because we want to go and maybe win the competition. That's the whole point of being in it.
Oof. I'll tell you what, playing some lovely football at the minute, just knocking it around the field. And Sunderland just...
Give it Isak then, because he's come deep for it. He's coming down for a reason. Just give it him. Now he's not going to be in the box now. You give it him.
Yeah, he's wanting the ball. He is Bruno. Bruno decides to take it himself. Bruno, and gives it to Almiron. Almiron back, and it's cleared away by Ballard. Flag stayed down. He couldn't quite find Isak, who again would have had a tap in had Ballard not cleared that. 6 minutes of normal time left. And I mean, guys, you know, all in all, this has been a pretty straightforward performance, as a lot of people thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed with the performance of our opponents today. They've been really, really poor. They've showed no kind of impetus at all or kind of urgency to try and win the game, which is amazing. You know, it's a local derby. You think they'd at least try.
Almiron drills a cross in with his right foot, and there's nobody in the box.
It was a good cross as well.
Because nobody was expecting it. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, Isak's having a word with Miggy there, but Isak's got to put himself in the box. As it looks like Sunderland are making a change. Rusev's gone off. And I think, I'm not sure who, Abdullah Bar has come on. Brandon, thanks for your super chat. Billy, you're right. O'Nien is shite. He can't cope.
I wish Sean had sit in his position. And Burr, what are they doing? Can we, I know we're winning, but can we actually be in the right place, please? The shape is weird at the moment.
Well, I just think Isak needs to take a gamble sometimes and get himself into the penalty area, because that was a brilliant cross by Miggy, and we don't see that very often. I still think there's a lot more to come from us, by the way, guys, for the rest of the season. I think we can. I mean, we've not exactly been at 100% brilliant, have we? I mean, there's a lot more to come from this side.
Well, we look more well rested.
Yeah.
You know, the fixtures are easing up now for us. 1 game a week. It'll be a confidence boost, not only to win, but to win away and to win a derby. Hopefully go into January a little bit more confident with the tough fixtures we've got ahead.
Ballard now brings it for Sunderland. 4 minutes to go, plus any injury time that Pawson adds on.
It shouldn't be a lot. There's been hardly any subs and there's been hardly any stoppages. So, it should be...
Yeah. As Ballard brings it forward now for Sunderland. They've got men up here. And a chance here for a shot. Well blocked by Bruno, but it comes loose again to Bar. He's got Hume. He's still got the ball. And then he loses it. And Botman decides to scoop it clear.
Yeah, there should be more communication there between the keeper and centre-half.
Absolutely. Sunderland trying to get a goal back, which would make it a very interesting finish to this game. Miggy hooks it away. Isak gives chase on Ballard. And Ballard managed to keep composure to get it to O'Nien. Ballard out wide now, and Sunderland start again trying to get a goal back. But at the moment, it's the Geordies that are heading through. Well, he's been pretty cool. Yeah, Sunderland have had a couple of moments, as you would expect in a football match, but all in all, here's a chance. Burns lost his man here. Hume into Bar in the box. Back to Hume. Hume puts it in. That's a great ball across. And nobody there to finish it for Sunderland.
It's gone out.
No, it's still in that, Bill. I mean, what a ball that was. And I can't believe there was no Sunderland player there.
Yeah, it was a bit lackadaisical from the back four, wasn't it? But brilliant cross from Hume. Go on, Isak.
Now Isak has a chance.
Send him.
Gordon is away. Gordon is away. If he stays onside, Gordon away down the left. He is onside into the penalty area. Anthony Gordon. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. And indeed it is. And Ballard knows it. Ballard will be booked. It's a penalty to Newcastle United. And again, they just could not live with Gordon's pace. And again, Gordon's wiped out. No intention to get the ball, Billy.
No, absolutely none whatsoever. He knew exactly what he was doing. He might have heard Gordon there, actually. Just terrible defending. He had no idea what to do, so he just clattered into him.
I think Gordon will be
this should have been Ballard's 3rd or 4th yellow card of the game, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He should. I mean, he shouldn't be on the pitch. However, it is a penalty, and Newcastle United now have a chance. I take it it'll be Isak to take another one.
I mean, own goal, give a penalty away, yet he's been their best player. That says a lot for me.
I know. Yeah.
What are they kicking off about now?
Honestly, what the Sunderland players are kicking off about, trying to put Isak off, I guess. He's too long in the tooth for that, to pay any attention to that crap. I mean, Gordon's shirt looks like it's been attacked by Edward Scissorhands. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I think there's a case for that being a red there, depending on where the covering player is. Because he's last man, no attempt to play the ball, through on goal.
Potentially.
I think he's quite lucky to have only escaped with a yellow there. I think there's referees that give a red for that, especially in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And Ballard could have had a couple of reds and a couple of yellows today. He's very lucky boy to still be on the pitch.
Crazy foul.
And an own goal.
And an own goal.
He's been
their best player.
Shocking.
So here he is then, Alexander Isak, to step up with the penalty. 3-0! And he will seal it very nicely for Newcastle. And he goes to the Sunderland fans and goads them. Gimme, a striker from Sweden. Sunderland 0, Newcastle 3! And Isak making sure that the Newcastle fans are bigged up. That was a better penalty than his last one, guys.
They all go in, don't matter, as long as they go in.
Yeah.
Terrific penalty. And, it puts the scoreline a bit more like it's been, really. We've been dominant from minute 1 to minute 90. Played the better football, been the more physical side. Every department you want to be top on, we've been top in. And 3-0 to Newcastle's a fair score, I think.
You put your hot dog in a burger bun. You put your hot dog in a burger bun. You put your hot dog in a burger bun. Sunderland's a massive club.
Oh, they fuck!
3-0. We're now into injury time, and Newcastle are making 4 changes. I can see Dummett there, Lascelles, Ritchie, and Livramento.
Bring the whole lot on. Why not?
So Fabian Schär is coming off. Anna, thank you for your super chat. Tenner for the winner. Sadmac and Bar Stewards. As Fabian Schär goes off, a little bit of a smile on his face. Lascelles comes on.
Don't let your mum cook the tea tonight, Paul, whatever you do.
No. But I will be leaving the studio straight after to go and goad the shit out of the lot of them. Edward Gorn, thank you for your super chat. George, thank you for your super chat. Samsonite Dove, thank you very much for your membership, your free membership again. George says, I think we're through now. I didn't actually see how much injury time there was. And as Anthony Gordon comes off, I think he's done all right today, Anthony Gordon. He's made some really good runs. Game. They've targeted him. They've roughed him up. Burns coming off. Almiron's coming off.
Everyone's got a little bit more fitness, a little bit sharper. It's coming back. We'll be all right.
Absolutely. We're now in the 92nd minute. I'd love to know how much was added on. But what the hell? It's 3-0 to Newcastle. It's been a very, very dominant performance. Sunderland have had a couple of opportunities, but we have controlled this game from minute one, in my opinion.
3 minutes of added time.
3. Well, we've looked like the only team, certainly, that was going to win the game.
Yeah, they've been absolutely dire, haven't they?
Well, I mean, there was a 10-minute spell, in that second half, as Bruno's been given the Emirates Player of the Match.
Quite rightly as well. He's been absolutely fantastic.
As Sunderland again come down our right-hand side here with Bar. He's looked really good since he's come on.
Amazing didn't start. He's shown more desire and urgency than any of the Sunderland players in the attacking sense.
Indeed. Dylan, thank you for your super chat. He says, sob on the weir. William Emery, thank you for your super chat. Brandon, thank you for yours as well. And he says, you've got to go to Newcastle to get to Spain. Sunderland's a massive club.
They've got a load of players that no one knows.
Oh, you could go on forever. Anyway, the 3 minutes are up, but I have a feeling we'll get a bit more time because of the substitutions. But this has been, a walkover for Newcastle. Sunderland did try 10-minute spell in the second half where Pritchard was seeing a lot of space, but they were seeing a lot of pink seats. A lot of pink seats now. What are they doing? Look at this to him.
God, he's not seen a dentist for a few years, that lad.
Well, I mean, look, there's a lot of, Bruno, he's lost it there, but he's been given a handball against Sunderland. Botman wants to get on with the game. I think Newcastle want more goals, yeah.
I think that's not why we made so many subs, just to get a bit more injury time.
Yeah. And the Newcastle fans are absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it, and rightly so. Going into their backyard and stuffing them. Here's Matt Ritchie down the line looking for Longstaff. Doesn't find him. Longstaff falls over. That makes a change. And Sunderland now trying to come forward again. Trying to get a consolation goal now. Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 3. It's Mary Queen, thank you very much for your super chat. She says, love the commentary, love the match, love TTR. Thank you very much, Mary. Well, we're in the 5th minute of injury time now.
Yeah, enough's enough now, ref.
Well, it's with Barr on the right-hand side again for Sunderland. He definitely looks a skillful player, him. And Botman puts his
foot in. Now, ref. Now we've got the ball.
Longstaff plays it back now to Dummett. Dummett to Bruno. Referee has... Well, there it is! It's Sunderland 0, Newcastle United 3. It's a complete walkover. It's a destruction of the Mackem. And they have got a long way to go before they're at the levels that we are. Sunderland 0, Newcastle 3. Billy.
Yeah, domination from minute 1 to minute 90. The higher quality side by a country mile. The higher energised side. Everything. Every single kind of level you want to be on. With the determination, physical, technical, everything. Domination from minute 1 to minute 90. Comfortable 3-0 win. Could have raised our level another one if we needed to, but we didn't need to. It's domination.
Anthony Stafford, thank you very much for gifting 5 Toon Review memberships. That's very kind, buddy. Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly what we needed. It's why you play a couple of dross teams in pre-season to just get the confidence back up. It's what you do in Football Manager. You just arrange a friendly against a crap team. You just need to beat someone up just to get the lads to have some confidence. I was expecting. I'm a little bit disappointed with how bad Sunderland were. I was expecting a little bit more quality and fight. And yeah, we didn't really have to go up another gear. Hopefully we could have done should we needed to, but we didn't need to. 3 goals. Isak, unfortunate that one went in as an own goal. He didn't get the opportunity to hit it himself because he could have had a hat trick. Yeah. Great for us going into the rest of January. We're into the next round of the cup, so we're still in a cup competition for the season. So bring it on.
And the good thing is, Billy, we can play even better than that, can't we? You know, it's not like, you know, I mean, look, we played some lovely stuff out there, didn't we? I mean, the passing. The way Bruno was knocking it around, we did play well today, but there is more to come, and that excites me.
We've played within ourselves, absolutely we have, and maybe that's the way we should go about it. Because I mean, that's the most domineering we've been in the game for a long time. I know it's against low quality opposition, but it's still a derby, it's still a cup tie, still away from home. There was lots of pressure on us. They had nothing to lose, and we had everything, you know, everything to gain, and yet we've come out there and produced a performance like that. I mean, it was textbook to me. I thought it was great.
Ryan celebrating 2 years of membership with us says, looks like I was bang on with my prediction. We had them bent over doggy style that whole game. I can't disagree with that at all.
I said 3-0 as well. Christ, I think it's the first time ever.
Yes, you did say 3-0, Billy. Well done. Well done. I think I missed a super chat there. Just let me check. No, Call Me Swift, who's been a member for 4 months, says, I'm absolutely buzzing with that excellent performance from the lads. And you must admit, Miggy was outstanding today. He was.
Yes, he was.
He was. But, you know, I'd expect him to be outstanding against Sunderland. But Miggy's got some talent. There's no doubt about that. But we need to see more of that in the Premier League.
Well, that could be a confidence boost for, Premier League campaign now.
Yeah, absolutely. David, thank you for your super chat. It says, can Billy shave before every match, please?
No, I won't be shaving until we lose next.
George, thank you for another super chat. Was nervous before the start, but we played better than I thought. Great start to the month. Indeed. But let's forget about Liverpool, George. That was at the start of the month as well. But this could be the kickstart, Alex, we need.
Yeah, it was more the confidence for some of the players that have been struggling. Like Longstaff, I don't think he was great today. He did step up in the final 15 minutes when we needed to control the game, which is good. Miggy had a great game, 8 ball recoveries, was very, very energetic. His little funny volley he tried wasn't far away either. So, you know, we know Miggy goes through spells, and hopefully we just need a confident Miggy. He doesn't need to be world class. We just need a few of these lads, and Burn as well. We just need to get their levels back up a bit. Because Bruno and Isak and these kinds of lads can't do it on their own. We need to raise the levels of the rest of the team, and hopefully this is the catalyst for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Frost T. Hammer, thank you very much for your super chat. Missed the game, but sounds like we focused on our superior professionalism. As fans, we may have preferred it to be our passion, but we nailed the result. And Keith Truscott, thank you for your super chat as well. A good win. Definitely looked different without Big Joe. Blundershite just shows while I think it's supposed to say why they're in the championship. Thank you very much, Keith. And I would say that, Billy, I think that's a good, Frosty Hammer there, a professional performance.
Absolutely, yeah. I was kind of amazed that Sunderland didn't literally try to win the game. There was no passion, no desire, no urgency. I mean, I don't know what the manager's been saying to him, but I mean, if I'd have been Sunderland manager, obviously you'd get into, wouldn't you? You'd want to be attacking at Newcastle players physically all game long. They didn't do it once, hardly. A few nasty fouls, but nothing kind of, physical and getting into the game. But yeah, I'd be very, very disappointed if I was a Sunderland fan. But luckily, I've got 10 fingers and I'm not a Sunderland fan.
George, thanks for another super chat. He says, my month started today. Clone Lad says, that Ballard yellow for the penal won me €570 on the accumulator.
Good
wow.
stuff.
Well done, matey. Happy days. Robert says the worst man on the pitch was the referee. Yeah, he was shocking. Absolutely shocking.
I think most of us got our predictions right. I think a lot of people went for 2-0s, 3-0s, 3-1s.
I think I went for 4-1, didn't I? So again,
I was 2-0, so
3-goal difference, not far away. Scooby says Sunderland played like a team that was a league below us.
Yeah.
Yeah, more. I'd say 2 leagues or 3 leagues even.
Yeah. Dylan says Newcastle Insta just posted a beauty. Says the Northeast is black and white. Well, it is. We've got the bragging rights back. End of story. All this 6 in a row is gone now. All that crap. We've destroyed them today, and that is the latest. That's the latest match. So we've got the bragging rights back now by a long shot. But the Sunderland fans, what they'll come out with. Oh yeah, but you've got all that money, and they'll come out with their excuses now after saying they were going to beat us.
Hey, at the end of that game, we'd got sort of Paul Dummett, Lascelles, Byrne had been there. Longstaff is from the academy. Richie was there. There's Dubravka was in goal for us. So there's most of the players there aren't sort of the new ones. Tonali's out, Barnes is out. We're missing a lot of those players anyway.
Chris says people played well. Compare that performance versus the PSG at St James's Park levels. Come on, Chris. We've just won the tie and we had Derby 3-0, man. What's the matter with you?
Different game. We're away from home. Hostile atmosphere. FA Cup tie. Nothing to gain from the result apart from if we win. If we don't win, everyone's taking the piss out of us.
Of course it is.
It's ridiculous.
Tell me you're a new fan without telling me you're a new fan. We're not Manchester United fans. It doesn't matter who we play. You can be proud of the victory. You can enjoy it.
Look at that! Look at that on the telly.
That's fantastic scenes, ain't it?
Getting the picture taken in front of the fans. That's fucking awesome.
And Keane and Waddle don't look too.
Oh, bless them. Spike, thank you for your super chat. That's very kind, mate. Better game today. Was nervy with the lineup, but I like to be proved wrong. Great commentary again. How are the lads? Gabe, thank you for your super chat. First time I've been able to celebrate, watch a derby since they were never streamed in the US when we were both in the Premier League. Isak was class today. I'm not.
He's got 2 goals. He's got 2 goals.
Well, he's got 2 goals. Yeah, I mean, he could have had a hat-trick as well without being at his level best. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think he was class, but he's put the ball in the back of the net, and that's all we can ask of him.
But again, them 2 goals will go a long way towards his confidence, and I expect to see Isak go on a fantastic run now. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you can get goals while you're still not at your flying brilliant best, then that's a sign of a star player, in my opinion. Kendo says you get a free season ticket and a Happy Meal. Vincent says order has been restored. Sunderland really thought they could play out from the back against us. Yeah, that was their downfall. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, that we're just seeing. We're seeing the goal again from at the start of the second half. It's just awful defending, really. But I just love the way Isak finished that because he had the goalkeeper and Ballard both thinking he's just going to try and roll it in. And he went totally the opposite way. Ballard's completely wrong-footed, and it's in the back of the net for 2-0.
Brilliant finish.
It's not just about Miggy's pressing as well. A lot of people saying there it's just bad defending. It's not a great goal that we've worked. Well, there's so much more goes into that. It's Isak blocking the passing lane backwards, and then it's out of picture. Every other one of our lads picking up a spare man. That's the whole point in it, is he dawdles on the ball. He looks for passing options that aren't there, and then he's lost the ball. It's not just about Miggy. Miggy obviously does lots of the work and deserves credit for winning it back. But it's about the entire structure of the team all being in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen says still some worrying holes in the middle. Not that mattered against that Dross. No, but they'll hopefully put that right. Let's see what happens during this window.
They need to, because Villa and City will find those spaces. So we need to be very, very careful with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're well aware of it, though.
Big Tank, thank you for your super chat. He says, I don't care. People want to say it's a lower league side, championship team, etc. It's a win and it's a derby win. It might be exactly what we need. Well said. Absolutely. Let's not forget that save Dubravka made halfway through the second half as well, guys. That deflected shot. Because had that gone in, Sunderland were back in the game. Tails are up. It could be a different game. He did well to adjust himself, Billy, to make sure he got his leg to that. Yeah,
it was deflected. I mean, he could have gone anywhere, but yeah, a very alert goalkeeper from Dubravka. Again, he's had a good game today, I think, even with his distribution and stuff like that. But again, we haven't need to. He hasn't
made a good save, of course, from Pritchard.
He hasn't need to sweeper keeping him, has he? Which is kind of his Achilles heel. Which until we see that happen, we can't say how.
But to be fair, it's two good games for Dubravka now.
Yes,
and I think that will get his confidence right back up there. Absolutely. I mean, a great save from the deflected shot. I think they were the only 2 main shots that they had, weren't there? That one, Pritchard just over the bar, and then the save by Dubravka from again Pritchard. When we were going through that little bit of a spell where we were adjusting to losing Joe Linton, and I think it took us a while to regain our shape, Alex, after Joe Linton went off, didn't it? But once we got back into that shape, and people knew where they were going, we controlled it again.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a few different reasons for it. Obviously, Joe Linton's very physical, covers a lot of ground. It is a destroyer, but it's not just that. It was Bruno had got into that sort of mental space where he was pushing a bit more forward, playing the forward pass, being a bit more creative. And as Joe Linton went off, we needed him to sit a bit more. Yeah. And Miley didn't have a great game today. He's been brilliant for us, but he wasn't super at the races. No, positionally, a little bit sort of too much jogging around, not maybe as quick to get into position or make a recovery run where necessary. That was a harder sentence than I thought it was going to be. To be fair, Longstaff actually, in the final 15 or 20 minutes, understood that we needed to wrestle control in midfield and actually switched on a bit more in the final 20 minutes.
Well, he swapped, didn't he? He swapped with Miley, and then we took control again.
So again, whether that was probably from the coaching staff, that was an instruction, and it was the right decision. It worked. We got control. It's fine for Miley. It happens. He's young.
Yeah. Not small, just still loading. Member for 15 months now. Toon, never a problem for the lads. Much love to the TTR family. Weira says, wait, I'm seeing Burn called out. Well, I don't know who's calling him out. I thought he was excellent today.
No, by us, he was outstanding. Well, outstanding.
I think that's our point, though, that we're making about Dan Burn and Alex has made. Maybe they, as a squad player, he's, these type of games are perfect for him to come in. So he's effective in these type of games.
It's a local derby, isn't it? It's a local derby. That would suit him. That would suit him. The rough and tumble of a local derby. It's not no technical stuff going on. It suits him down to the ground for me.
Well, it's 5 or 6 players that need to be used as squad players, and there's a lot of people when players have a bad game. There's a lot of people say, "Oh, this needs to be out. This needs to be out. This player needs to go." I don't agree with that. I think there are a few people at the back end of the squad that maybe it's time to move on, such as a Dummett and a Ritchie. Whereas your Miggies and Burns, I'm not saying I want them to leave. I just want them to be used when appropriate, not all the time.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is we need to use our squad players as squad players.
Rachel, thank you for celebrating 18 months of membership now. One of our mods who's been with us a long time. Daniel Bowditch celebrating almost 2 years of membership. Buzzing with that. Hopefully that will keep the Eddie Out Brigade quiet for a bit, keep the faith.
Takes the pressure off, that's for certain.
Well, I thought he managed the game quite well today, to be honest. I didn't have a problem with, I thought it was surprising to see Dan Burn in, but then Dan Burns played well. So therefore, he made the right decision. Frost T. Hammer, thank you for another super chat. He says, Billy, is that why everything in Sunderland costs $9.99?
Potentially.
Wow. Brian says, selling our best players in the name of progress is madness.
Oh, well. We might not have a choice there, Brian, because Bruno has a release clause in his contract. We've got no kind of saying it. If he wants to go and they offer the money, we can't say no. Simple as that.
But Bruno can.
Bruno can, of course he can. Yeah, I think Bruno will.
If PSG come in and say, right, we'll activate the release clause, which I don't think is available anyway until the summer.
No.
But, I mean, look, Bruno did not look like a player who wants to leave the club today. He was outstanding. And then that tackle he made and then going into the crowd like that and geeing them up was incredible. Coventry winning 6-2, Billy Bob.
I don't think he had to play in Oxford, though, isn't he? I don't think France is he's already played there. He's played for Lyon, of course. I don't think he want to go against his team there. That's why I don't think we'll go to the Premier League side. I think it'll be Spain or someone like that. Or Germany, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Those clubs are pretty stacked at the moment. The Real Madrid midfield's very stacked. Barcelona.
Modric ain't gonna last forever, is he? I mean, Modric can't play forever, can he? Surely. So, I mean,
they have recruited big in midfield already.
Yeah. Trolls, thank you for being a member for nearly 2 years as well. He says Isak is a 9. He scores his goals from that position. I don't. Trolls, that maybe I don't agree with that opinion, but I can understand it.
He's just better with a partner to help him link up play, bit more of the ball. He's got more to his game. It's a little bit. It's a bit like when Rooney got pushed up top, and I'm obviously we're not comparing Isak to Rooney. I'm just saying generally the whole situation of he's got other skills to his game that we can also sort of use. But if we stick him only up top, we're missing bits of his game. So it's just a tricky one.
Eddie Howe's just been interviewed on the TV. Big smiles on his face, as you'd expect. He looks like a man that's just a little bit of the pressure's just off him a little bit today, Billy.
Well, I saw him at yesterday's press conference. He looked gaunt, he looked tired, he looked like he had bags under his eyes, and he looks a different bloke today. He looks like he's got glue in his face. Yeah, he looks a lot better than what he was yesterday.
Well, we'll see how he does. But there you go, guys. That is the end of the watch along now. That's not the end of the entertainment from the Toon Review. Of course, Alex and Billy will be doing their immediate reaction over on Patreon straight away. That will be uploaded in the next couple of hours onto Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, go and have a look at it. The link is in the description. I think it's near the bottom of the description. Go and have click on the link. Go and have a look at it. It's a small monthly fee to be a Patreon member, but you get a lot more content from the Toon Review behind the camera, so extra podcasts, etc. There's some really good stuff on there with former legends. Billy and Tom talking about legends players. There's they did a great piece on the time we had Derby rivalry and how that all came around, and of course instant reactions from Billy and Alex. There will be a lot more coming up on Patreon this year as well from the Toon Review. So if you want to support us that way, head across, click the link and become a patron of the Toon Review. I will be still on YouTube. I will be doing my match reaction, and that will be uploaded on the channel very soon as well. And then we'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with the match review, reliving today's match, and of course the player ratings and everything like that. And it will be a very, very, very satisfactory match review tomorrow, finally, after a little bit of a rough period. But thank you for all your memberships, your super chats, your gifting of memberships, especially Keith with 50 memberships, which was incredible. Thank you so much for that generosity. And thank you to the mod squad. Busy afternoon, but everyone seemed to behave. It was an excellent match day live today. So thank you to you guys. Billy and Alex, thank you very much for your company. And the main thanks again to you guys. Absolutely brilliant crowding again today. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. And hopefully you'll enjoy what you're going to see in the coming months on the Toon Review. So we'll see you again live tomorrow night, 7 o'clock with the match review. Keep your eye open on socials for, obviously, the Patreon podcast match reaction from Billy and Alex, and my match reaction right here on YouTube. But in the meantime, I'm sure you're going to enjoy the rest of your day and weekend, folks. Until we see you tomorrow night, take care. Goodbye.
Away the lads!
Get in!
Come back and check on some breathing.